Taylor King, Taylor King, Taylor King, Taylor King.
Guys, we're back. Power Rangers Dino Charge is on tap. But before we get into that, how's it going, Prime?
Guten Tag, my guy. So how far deep in the Red Dead are you?
I am just like in the beginning. Like I just finished the mission. You're gonna laugh. I'm literally at the beginning. I finished the second mission where you keep all the guys up and stuff, and then you had to lasso dude and bring him back to camp. And I stopped because it was one of those, I'm going to do a girl for the day. And when I thought the mission was going to be like 5 minutes, turns out after looting all the bodies and shooting the shit out of everybody, that took a smooth 40 minutes.
That's how they get you.
I was like, GTA 5 where I just do a mission and I'm done in like 10 minutes. It's like, oh, no, this game was like, nah, fuck that. You're going to be looting all these bodies and getting these bullets.
Yeah, don't be like Prime kids. We end up spending half of your day hunting in the forest, and as we take all your fucking animal carcasses because you're on the fucking.
Yeah. So, for those that might be jumping in, I mean, if you are, cool. Welcome. We here at Morphin Metacast, me and Prime, we talk art and such. Japan and American. We don't discriminate.
Well, not just Power Rangers. It's culture. It's enculturate some people. We talk about tokusatsu because that's what the genre is called at large.
Tokusatsu from varying degrees of all walks of life.
Yes, which basically translates into special. We colloquially call it the Henshin heroes. Yeah. So then that includes your Power Rangers, your Kamen Riders, your Masked Rider, some Godzilla hero there. Just a genre unto itself.
Yeah, it might be like Kamen Rider with a guy that dresses like a bug that kicks an enemy real hard and they explode. That's all you really need to know.
Sir, you will put respect on the Karate Bugmen in my presence.
Just say, hey, look, I'm just saying, I respect the fact that unlike the Super Sentai, all Kamen Rider needs is a swift kick. No combining 5 weapons. We just kick people in the face, and that's it.
In the name of justice.
Exactly, justice. So, and also I've been rewatching Kabuto because reasons, and I just love Kabuto's rider kick. It's just straight to the point. Just kick in the face.
Oh,
that's it. That's all you really need. Roundhouse kick to the face. Let me rephrase that.
And the douchebaggery in which he delivers it is just perfection.
It's just nonchalant. Like he doesn't care. Like whatever. It's just another day, according to him. So So if I think by the time I put this recording out, the commentary that we did for Halloween should be up. That was 100% lots of fun. But I was saying I was gonna hold off because there was like a lot of news that came out, and I didn't want to waste everybody's time with that one, so I was figuring I'd put it here. So now, piece of news. Now, as you all know, Hasbro they bought Power Rangers and such, and I figure I pick the business side of things because I know some people would be wondering what Hasbro is thinking. So Hasbro is playing it very smart. They were at an investors meeting, and they ranked Power Rangers for right now as an emerging brand and not a franchise brand. You might be asking yourself, what is an emerging brand and franchise brand? So basically, your franchise brands that can carry the weight for the company, essentially. Like, if one brand fucks up, they got another brand that can carry the load. So I think with Hasbro, they got Transformers as their lifeblood. But they got My Little Pony, and I want to say, I think they have some toy company called Baby Alive. I'm not familiar with it, but apparently that's one of their top sellers. So, but the emerging brands apparently are kind of like the kind of I don't see much of, but they sell to an extent. And since the Power Ranger license doesn't leave Bandai until April 2019, they told their investors, well, hey, we're not going to see much profit until quarter 2, so we're just going to buy an emerging brand for right now until it starts building back up, which is
BT Dubs.
Yeah.
Did you know that Power Rangers, I believe, has been removed from the Bandai America website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm guessing that Bandai is just going to release the rest of whatever they had already in the pipeline, like the Psycho Ranger figures, which I think is probably, as we're talking here, already out in the wild somewhere in California or Philly or wherever your toys are. There's no Toys R Us. I think it's called Jeffrey's Toy Box now.
Yeah, they're working on, I guess, revitalizing it. And I talked to some people this weekend. I feel some type of way about it. And on one, I'm happy because I was just thinking about how sad it was that Toys R Us was gone, and I can't waste a Friday afternoon after work just buying a bunch of plastic crap that I don't need.
Yeah.
And just, the memories of just growing up with it. And I was kind of sad to see it go.
Yeah.
On the other hand, messed up how they did their employees and how by doing this, they're basically doing the Heisman on not giving these people their severance money.
Oh,
well, some people their severance money. So that's kind of jacked up. So I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, and also if you want to sit there and flip the script here too, Hasbro, they're laying off people now, which I mean that's to be expected.
Did you see some of the? Pardon my my French here, but some of the batshit crazy commentary on some of that. Oh no, I'm just I don't even know where to begin. I try to
give people an example. I guess you could say give people an example.
So I try to stay far away from that. So basically, long story short, well, it's connected. So Toys with a lot of toy manufacturers. That's no secret.
Yeah.
But Hasbro was hit, I believe, among the hardest. Yeah. And paraphrasing if I'm wrong, because like I said, I tried to stay far away from it because of some of the weird shit that I was seeing on Twitter.
Yeah.
But the long and short of it is, and please correct me if I'm wrong, at me, because I want to make sure this is right.
Yeah.
But Hasbro was saying one thing in the books to try to fuck themselves up to make themselves look good. Of Toys R Us floundering, trying to reach for a lifeline.
Yeah.
And so to appease whoever, I don't even know if it's to appease anybody. But anyway, long story short is they fluffed their books to make it like they were doing better and they were constantly, I don't want to say constantly, but there was some talks of them extending their line of credit to Toys R Us to try to, I don't know, to help them out or try to make themselves look better. And that's a big no-no. So that in their face, and they ended up laying off, I think, 10% of their overall workforce, or was it 30? Was it 10 or 30?
I don't know. I mean, that's wow.
Yeah, I think was it? I know I'm not putting these numbers out. I think it was 10%. That equaled up to 30K something. Anyway. So they are based out of what state, Chris?
What, Hasbro?
Yes.
Hasbro. Hold on, let me live look up here because I don't want to. Rhode Island. That's the
okay.
Rhode Island.
So there's a big thing, and I don't know the labor laws in Rhode Island, and if I don't, again, someone please at me, please correct me. I want to be educated. There was a big fuss over the fact how they just pretty much laid off 10% of the workforce without, forceful, and that's a big no-no as far as the labor laws, I believe, in Rhode Island. So they were the people who were in the Department of Labor up there reached out and say, hey, we can, help connect these people with some resources, help them get back on their feet and get other jobs. And as far as last I heard, the people from Hasbro refused connect with the people from the Department of Labor. So it's a real messed up situation all around. But some of the batshit crazy things that I've seen in this downturn in Hasbro's fortune is on basically the influx of female characters and LGBTQ plus characters in Transformers. Like, how does that correlate, my bro? Can you explain that to me? Because I would love to hear how the presence of female Transformers in the brand since 1986. Please inform me. Please tell me how this is bringing down a brand and causing Hasbro to fluff their books and give Toys R Us more money, which also in turn caused their downward spiral there to X amount of employees. Please tell me. I would like to know.
I mean, the thing of it is, the only thing I knew about Hasbro when it came to Toys R Us is that I think, because somebody actually put the numbers out there on Twitter at the time, Hasbro actually recorded a 12% when Toys R Us went out of business. So
yeah, that's it may not sound like a lot. People are like 12%. That's nothing. Yeah, that's kind of substantial.
And the thing of it is, they simply outside of Toys R Us that's selling it is your Targets and Walmart. Amazon was like, well, we would love to take your shipments, but we got to sell off what little we have here before we can take new shipments. Mm-hmm. So that put Hasbro in a bit of a pickle, and that might tie into what you're saying in the sense of cooking the books, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't want to say cooking the books. That might be kind of a messed up term, but they were they were massaging some numbers and some columns in Excel.
Massaging is a nice way of numbers.
They were doing some creative math over there. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So now it's like, but yeah, I think it is smart of Hasbro to kind of say that it's an emerging brand because you don't want to put yourself in a position of thinking Power Rangers is gonna hit, and it's like, yeah, you might want to wait till 2020 before you really get any net profits off of it.
And we still got some funk to wash off. 100 with them.
Yeah, that is true. Like I said, we've talked at length about some of the stuff, the shenanigans in regards to the legacy figures, hit and miss. And I'm pretty sure you heard what happened at Power Morphicon with the Dragon figures, where like the whole thing of it supposedly being exclusive to Power Morphicon, which makes sense why people were probably trying to resell it on eBay. Fine. Find out that Entertainment Earth was actually going to sell Dracon, which kind of renders the whole point of it being exclusive. Which the part of me was like, I kind of saw that coming, but I didn't want to assume.
Well, I thought you were going to make mention about how we found out that half some of the noodle legs. I've heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I kind of assumed that was just more like game is the game with toys, but it seems like that's something that shouldn't be happening. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I still am perusing around eBay, deciding whether I want to get one. Which, by the way, kids, I will say this to you right now. If you're trying to get a lot of the Power Ranger stuff before this Bandai stuff, I would suggest you do it right now while the prices are good, because once this shit is done April of next year, them prices are going to shoot through the fucking roof. So you get your Zeonizers while they're still in the 70s and 80s.
I saw GameStop. They're trying to the GameStop near me.
Actually, all the GameStops actually. I know what you're about to say.
They're trying to offload the Zeonizer for $120, and I say no, thank you, sir.
Dirty bullshit out. Go to eBay. Some people are selling it for $82, $3 shipping. Just pay $85, and you're fine. Don't get it twisted though. The GameStop near me is selling the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet for $99.
So
GameStop. Okay, so here's the thing. GameStop, they're learning. Thankfully, they finally picked up on this shit. Nobody is going to GameStop to buy video games like that anymore. Considering that GameFly and and Best Buy is kind of kicking their ass a little bit on gaming deals too. So
but shout out to Best Buy though, because they were in the dip for a minute. I don't know what happened, but they circled that right back on up, and they want to. So shouts out to them.
Well, Best Buy they stopped doing a lot of things because if you notice, they don't sell music CDs anymore.
They don't, and they've cut a lot of their locations like worldwide. Like I don't think they have a presence that mature.
Which makes sense. You gotta. Yeah. If nobody's going inside Best Buy, why have it? Because I remember a while. The funny thing is, Best Buy over the years has been doing this because you remember years ago. I want to say this might have been 2000. Remember when Best Buy was saying that they were going to cut down on the anime section, right?
Yes.
And they were selling anime DVDs for like 50% off.
I do.
This kind of the start I knew Best Buy where they were pretty much trying to jump ahead of the curve of like refocusing on certain efforts, because if you really think about it, like Best Buy around that time, their anime DVDs was huge, but nobody was buying them because one, why go to fucking? Quite honest with you, Walmart was whooping their ass on that angle in terms of price point, because remember those Dragon Ball Z box sets, the season box sets.
The orange boxes?
Yeah, the orange ones. Best Buy will sell them shits for $50. Meanwhile, I can go to fucking Walmart.
Well, Walmart's right here was selling for $20.
Yeah, $25, $30, depending on which Walmart you're at. But I will rather pay $30 than pay $50 plus tax.
Just saying.
So that $20 price point is like, that $30 is looking very enticing. So we're at the curve now. Thankfully now, since anime DVDs, a lot of companies finally got smartened up and stuff on the price points. And
started putting, whole half seasons instead of asking you 4 episodes for $25. Suck my nuts. Don't get me started.
Actually, you know what? I feel bad that we didn't do a show a week and a half ago, because they had a weekend Gundam sale where you buy, I think was it 5 Gundams for $50 or some shit like that.
Ooh boy.
Yeah,
Ooh boy.
yeah. I bought Gundam, so that was worth it.
So why didn't I know about this? I would have.
I thought you knew about this. You're usually
I
on
did.
top of that stuff more than I am.
I usually am, but like we had a con this weekend, man, and I was trying to hurry up and play games before. Yeah, I know. Before. Did I mention, by the way, BB Senpai noticed me again?
That is awesome.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was trying to have the con that weekend, and I was trying to hurry and play a bunch of games before Red Dead came out, so I was kind of off the radar for a lot of things.
Yeah. So there's that. Also on the front, the anime of Gridman is out. 4 episodes in. I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty fucking spectacular.
Yeah. I saw
Pretty great.
trailers and I was like, this looks pretty fucking dope.
One of my partners on Twitter, Alex, he said the same thing that I was thinking, that SSS Gridman is doing something that we wish the live action had done, an ongoing narrative to help build the suspense a little bit, and it's not just, one and done slice of the week monster style episodes. Like there's a building intrigue and narrative that's going to carry the show through. Don't get me wrong, as a connoisseur of tokusatsu, I'm not in plots. It's just that Gridman, after a while, it got a little kind of repetitive. But I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Yeah.
But Gridman, it injects something live action show desperately needed.
Yeah.
And it has been an absolute fucking treat.
Now, Prime, I want you to sit down and brace yourself for this, okay? After years and years of busting your balls on this, it's finally getting a figure art.
It's been 87 long years. So did you see that? Did you see that blog post they put out where they showed the actual fucking timeline? Hold on.
You can find a timeline because I saw it on Toku Nation because Toku Nation's Twitter brought it up. I was like, oh shit, all right, bet.
So if I'm not mistaken, it was 2009 when Kiva ended, right?
Yeah.
The figure art came out, which is for Kamen Rider the First. That was 2010, 2012. Okay. And I think right around, I'm trying to find this timeline because I don't want to go off memory, but around 2007 or 2000, not 2007, right around 2000, would it be, hold on, let me find this timeline because it breaks it the hell on down. Hold up, wait a minute. This live, baby. I'm professional as fuck. Hold on. I'm going to retweet it now.
All
right. And I'm going to go to the blog myself. And again, we live, baby.
Yes, that's how we do it.
All right. So, forgive me. My timeline was all off. So,
I found it.
Kamen Rider Kiva started airing in 2008. All right?
Yeah.
2008 was when the first HR Figure Arts, the line began.
Yeah.
And they started with Kamen Rider the next. All right? So, in March that year, 2008, the line that I'm gonna finish this. The Shochaku Henshin figures, just the basic gimmick figures that came out for each year of the series.
Yep.
Just the basic, like, it'll be akin to what the 5-inch figure over here is for Power Rangers. Just there's your standard yearly line.
Yeah.
That came out in April 14. The Fig Arts started their the Shinchoku Shiho series, which is the line, the Figure Arts that's geared more towards collectors. And I know I apologize for these. Please forgive me. I'm not a native speaker. And let me see. When did the Emperor Kiva figure art come out? 2010. So 2008, 2010, and now 2019 is when we're getting base as a fig art.
April 2019 for the total of $68.
And have you seen that fucking masterpiece?
It looks nice.
It looks. I don't want to jinx it, but it really does.
I mean, it better be shit. Yeah.
So from now until release, now until when the pre on all my websites to make sure I can pre-order and get me a damn Kamen Rider Kiva figure art. And I don't know if I feel bad, but I kind of feel entitled I should get one for free.
Just write a letter to him, be like, yo, I've been waiting for this shit since 2020.
You gonna give me what you owe me.
It's like, give me my figure now. Oh my god.
And so somebody had asked me this question on Instagram. They said, well, Prime, if the camera writer, what's going to be the segment on Morphin Metacast of figures who get fig arts before Kiva? And I said, well, because this is a Bandai, give them a minute, they'll give me something. And if somebody else pointed that to me and said, hey, Prime, what happens to that camera writer saga fig art? And I was like, there we go.
Oh, there we go. This is how wars start online. People give you ideas.
And that's how it goes. So as Bandai giveth, we also must remember Bandai taketh away. And by the way, I am still waiting on my Decamaster figure art. Damn it! Give me my dog man, please.
We'll see. We will see. So I made mistakes on here. So you remember I was telling you about how ZO, I was saying that the character was messing up the timeline, and hence why some of the comic writers weren't able to be the comic writers were. Turns out it wasn't ZO. I was the bad guys. The bad guys are who was fucking up the timeline, and that's why some of the previous year comic writers don't remember transforming into a comic writer, because the bad guys are What they're doing is they'll go back to that year that the previous comic writer. So say for instance the one that I just watched, when it's Fours, right? The bad guys will go back into that time period. I forgot what year Fours came out. And they'll transform a character, like some random human, into like another, kind of like a monster version of it. And it will fuck up the timeline to where the Fours character itself, when it transforms to henshins and stuff, he'll start like disappearing from the timeline until Zio kills whoever is the monster version of Fours. And it fucks up the timeline completely. So I guess Zoe's trying to write all this and bring everything back to a sense of normal and stuff. And they're bringing back all the old actors from the previous series too. I think
very nice.
Yeah, cause I think for writer, what was the magic one? Wizard. Yeah, Wizard. They brought back homeboy the lion, Leo.
They brought back Beast.
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Beast. He's the one that kind of is representing Fours to an extent and stuff. So it's like I said, it's in like 2 episodes behind, but I've been kind of keeping it up every week for the most part and stuff, because just some weeks I just kind of forget. And I'm like, oh, that's right, Zio's out this week. I'll catch it later, that kind of thing. So there is that. So I told Prime this, I've been watching Kabuto because why not and stuff.
Very, very nice.
So have you been playing catch up with any shows?
No, man, I'm so far behind. I still need the Q Ranger. That's how far back I am, guys.
It happens.
Yeah, I have been, like I said, rewatching Car Ranger because it's just a fucking delight.
Buying from South Factory, y'all. Just saying.
Shout out! I mean, it's still $25.
Just buy it. Just get it. Just buy it, and then you'll start, and then just watch as this was basically what Turbo was trying to do.
Now, if you don't like satire and you don't like fun, what the fuck is wrong with you?
See, I ain't gonna say that, but you're right.
And second, it might not be for you, but if you're all right with some just if you want to see something that just pokes fun at the tropes and the genre itself, yeah. I think Car Ranger is just great.
Yeah, but what's funny? So I was kind of keeping up with the Beast Morphers stuff, and somebody had got an Instagram video of the Rangers when they did their Beast Morphers morph, so to speak. And I don't know how to quite feel. Well, put it this way, I've never been a stickler for the morphing out the way for a second on that one, because people are gonna probably get it twisted here. So apparently the morphin call is basically it's morphin time. Spoilers. It's morphin time. Activate beast powers. Ha.
That's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker. It's just like, okay.
I mean, it's kind of expected. This is still modern. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of what I was talking about a little bit. I how the franchise has this kind of a function.
I mean, it's in limbo right now, since this is like, I guess Beast Morphers is supposed to be like the end of the Neo Saban / going into the Hasbro era, I guess, even though we're sticking in their 2-season bullshit, but whatever.
I mean, the sooner we get away from Hasbro, man.
I mean, don't you mean get away from Nickelodeon?
I mean, I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah,
we don't want to get away from Hasbro, sir.
We just got the Hasbro. I want to get my Lightning collection. My bad. I mean, the sooner we get away from Nickelodeon, woo.
I don't know who I really would love to just Nickelodeon in the throat for that mandate because that makes no sense. It really doesn't.
Especially when you don't air it, but like you air SpongeBob all day. I don't get it.
This is why we're not in charge of this, Ron. There's a reason.
So have you seen any episodes of was it Rise of the Ninja Turtles?
No, I've seen like at the beginning. I've seen a couple episodes. It grows on you a little bit, but I'm just kind of shrug with it. I don't hate it. It's just like, eh.
So it's like one of those it is what it is things. I haven't had a chance to watch it because I'm clearing out my DVD-R of shows. So I'm pouring out for my homies. I think MechX4 is done, and that makes me quite sad.
Yeah. You know the thing about Rise of the Teenage Ninja Turtles? It reminds me of remember when the 80s cartoon had the Michelangelo get rid of nunchucks and he was using like roping like
the grappling hook? Yeah.
Grappling hooks and shit.
Who the hell do I have to kick in the nuts for that shit?
Yeah, so Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe Raphael is, I think.
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
I'm not, you know,
because I'm like, first of all, they're ninjas, so I feel like they should be specialists in all types of weapons. Yeah. Like, I mean, you could favor one weapon over another.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. So
what was that? Was that the 03 show, or was that the comic book where there was a fight sequence where they were fighting? I think it was it Metalhead, and like he was accustomed to fighting like Donatello with the bow staff and Leo with the swords, and so the fuck and threw him off his game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so yeah, Raphael is rocking tonfas. Michelangelo still got his nunchucks, and you know, basically stat quo for everybody else. I guess they just felt this worked for Raphael, so tonfas, and I'm like, I'm fine with it. It ain't a deal breaker or anything like that.
Hey, you know what? I feel like, especially in our standards and practices climate, I feel like Tonfas would do Raphael some more justice so he can actually take out his aggression on people with his weapon.
Because, I mean, even in live action stuff, you didn't really stab anybody with the damn size.
Nah, he pretty much used them like clubs anyway. So sure, I'm not mad. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, and the next it doesn't fucking matter. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I said. So, Zyuranger, if they're on the Zyuranger is being added to the VRV streaming library.
I'm going to need all of you to watch that show so they can add.
Sure they are. I don't know if I said this on a previous episode. I think I said, who did I say? Was it Sentai Filmworks? Which company did the Metal Hero DVD?
I think it was it. Shit, it was somebody off the cuff. Hold on. It wasn't Sentai. It was
Fuck. I totally fucking forgot who was doing the Metal Hero. That
Space Wolf. Yeah, I know the show because I just watched that Gavin the Space Force fucking movie, and the bad guy from his show was the main bad guy in that movie.
Discotheque.
Yes, like I said, somebody completely off the cuff.
Yeah, so Discotheque, there's rumors that Discotheque may take the leg and do some Metal Hero DVDs, and this is just speculation past this. Maybe comic.
I mean, don't play with my emotions. Did you see that quote from the guy over at Toei?
What?
Who on Twitter who basically said like there's not really an audience for Kamen Rider in Japan, and I mean,
I don't buy that, but okay.
I mean, look at it from his standpoint. He's looking at it from they tried it twice with Saban and with Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
But see, that was a marketing thing with Dragon Knight. I really feel that was just a situation where good idea, wrong time, because Saturday morning cartoons were like basically
on the way out
done. So and you saw what happened. You know, I think we talked about it with Dragon Knight. Those last 4 episodes on the CW streaming thing instead of actually being on TV. So I just felt it was just wrong. It was basically right timing. It was just wrong place. You know, kind of.
Yeah. I'm saying, so I'm seeing it from his angle. Now, don't get it wrong. As I say this, as I'm sitting in a room where I'm virtually surrounded.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying. I see where you're coming from, but like CJ just said, but you're wrong though. There is an audience here for it. It's just
competition that might make Nickelodeon act right. Just saying.
I'm just, and I mean the CW tried. I mean they tried.
Don't let Disney.
They tried.
Don't let Disney fucking grab Kamen Rider because.
What are they gonna do with it, CJ? Put it on the XD, ignore it, cut its funding, then turn it into a what?
You know what? Sorry. I thought Disney with all their monetary big bucks was gonna do something. You're right.
Disney does not give a fuck about a boy's property unless it's already been established, so they don't have to do anything but just say stand in this corner and we'll occasionally throw you keep your lights on, but give Papa Disney his fucking tribute and we're good.
They can. I mean, I don't know how it would tie into, good old Walt selling a Kamen Rider inside of a Disney store. That would be weird.
Not gonna, unless the only way they would buy Kamen Rider right now is if they bought that shit directly from Japan and marketed in Japan where it's already successful and they ain't gotta do shit.
Can you imagine, dude? I don't know the name of the character. I'm Kamen Rider Amazon and you're watching Disney. As he says,
and make cute noises.
Jumps and it's like, okay, he just snapped somebody's guy's neck. Do we really want to market this to kids? What is this show? Is this show marketed to kids? I was like, I mean, he's a guy in a suit.
I mean, he makes cute noises. I mean, it's fine. I mean, sure.
It's like, hey, Mom, I'm Kamen Rider Amazon. Key. As he's like punching some kid. It's like, whoa, what message are we sending here?
You going a little Johnny? Johnny, why are you spraying ketchup all over the wall? Because I just cut a monster's arm off, Dad. Oh, okay.
It's like, okay, clearly.
Don't get the soccer mama lines on Kamen Rider because they just put Amazon's on Amazon Prime.
I mean, I can only, you remember? Okay, so, and this is my theory here. Okay, what are the odds? Netflix is throwing their weight around here. What are the odds of Netflix buying like the rights to show Power Rangers?
If it went like their attempt at doing Pretty Cure, I'm gonna say fairly low.
Okay.
Because I don't think Glitter Force worked out the way they were thinking it was gonna work out.
See, I was thinking because it's basically got that deal where they show all of Power Rangers on, Netflix anyway. Which, by the way, Super Ninja Steel is up on Netflix currently right now. So there you go.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that, folks, eventually. I think that's lazy about the shit and do other stuff, and then eventually we'll get around to Ninja Steel. Because I am so behind. I am so behind on Ninja Steel. I think I did watch the finale to, the episode before the break, and I haven't watched, I think I watched one episode of Super Ninja Steel, and then I was like, yeah.
Full disclosure, I've only seen 4 episodes of Ninja Steel, and I watched The Dimensions in Danger.
Oh yeah, we both watched that
on the Laya stream. That's all I've seen of Ninja Steel. Based on that, and I don't think this is gonna, my opinion is gonna change, but from what I've seen, the show itself just seems fairly innocuous. Like it's not very, very there. That's one for very, very safe. Not that there's anything wrong with that, especially after the show we're about to talk about.
Dino Charge. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything, necessarily insidious because sometimes you need a palate cleanser of a show.
Yeah.
And, the cast seems okay.
You talking Ninja Steel?
Yeah, Ninja Steel. The cast seems all right. Other than that, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, folks, we're going to dive full tilt into Power Rangers Dino Charge, which, I mean, even taking with Ninja Steel into consideration, Dino Charge is probably in the Neo Saban Power Ranger era, the best series of this so far.
That is a hollowed victory.
Despite the fumble at the end, despite the fumbling at you, I mean, in the series, because this is the one that Judd Lin wrote, right? Or Chip Lin, which one?
I think it was Chip.
Okay, Chip Lin wrote, which, if you know Chip, he wrote, well, he's credited under as Chip, but it's really Judd Lin. He wrote, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, In Space, and Time Force and stuff. Like, beloved franchises. We've talked at length on the show. Go back and listen to them and stuff. We have talked at length about those.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he start off in the first half of RPM, and because he blew through the money, they kicked his ass off?
He did the second half of Turbo.
The second half of Turbo.
Second half of Turbo and RPM, and I think in the RPM show, yeah, they fired his ass, but it's like, dude, RPM was fired, so
yeah, because Judd is one of the few executive producers who actually gave a shit.
Yeah, and that's again, RPM was at a time where Disney was like, we got Marvel, do what the fuck you want, we don't care. They didn't care. Why'd you fire him?
Dang.
I don't get Disney. I really don't. I really don't. So anyway, so Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Wow, why is it Dino Thunder? Dino Charge.
Because that would have been the perfect name for it, CJ. They fucked up. They fucked it up.
Blame Disney. It is based off the season, the Sentai season. Was it Kyoryuger? Great season. I love that Sentai. It was great season. The Morphin call takes a minute to get used to, but then you get sucked into it, just like any Morphin call.
Hey, you gonna let them down, damn it.
No. It took me a total of 2 episodes before I was like, I am perfectly okay with this. And then it just grows on you, and you're like, man, I want to actually get the Morphin and do the dance too. And then I start questioning myself, and then I stop questioning myself because I'm like, so the monsters just let them do the dance.
I mean, the monster's gonna for the past 40 years, the monster's gonna stand there and let the giant robot get formed.
I'm complaining about this, and yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not complaining; it's just more like, so the monster just pull the Ranger's head, but we just gonna let them dance. Okay, cool.
Hold on, didn't that general try that shit? But like when they shot the Morpher, the Dino head bullet like blocked the bullets.
Yeah. It's like, well, that answers that question. Never mind.
Was that Kyoryuger?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's right, because it was the candle dude.
Yeah. He was like fuck this shit.
He was gangster shit. He was like, you know what? Hell.
Oh my god, man. So, Dino Charge was a season that it reminded me. Okay, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, in terms of the way the cast had camaraderie with one another. It reminded me of Ninja Storm.
I can see that.
Yeah, all the cast had dynamic with one another and stuff.
I wouldn't even say Time Force, because it brought in that they kind of had real world. Well, not real world in terms of Power Ranger problems. Because in Time Force, the motherfuckers were basically homeless, living out the damn car tower. Yeah. They had to work odd jobs to eat. Mm. But they were dealing with they had to work in the museum, and they had like they weren't just stock characters. They had other interactions with people outside of their core team or Power Rangers. Unlike some teams where you're like, does anybody else go to this school, or do they interact with anybody else outside their little social circle here? But they had relationships outside and beyond the team. They had I'm going to punch this monster this week. There was dynamics in the group. There were even subgroups within the group. So yeah, they were characters. They were fleshed out.
Yeah, and Dino, dare I say, a larger cast of Rangers than SPD.
Yes.
Yeah,
in virtue of
you had the 5 core Rangers. You had Cat, you had Doggy, and you had the Silver Ranger. So that's 8. And if you count Homeboy's mentor, that's 9, right?
Yeah, if you want to count the A Squad, if you want to.
13 total.
Do you want to count Nova?
No, that's what I said. I counted Nova. So that that was 9. Plus you said the A Squad, so that's 14. I guess SPD still holds it, but this, I guess, in terms of like Power Rangers has always had auxiliary Rangers. I think the last time we had any sort of auxiliary Rangers was Jungle Fury with the Master Rangers. So yes, some people that weren't like 6 Rangers and stuff. Cause I think before that you had SPD with Doggy and Cat and the Nova Ranger and stuff like that. So yeah, it's rarity that you see Power with auxiliary Rangers, because in this one you had the core Rangers plus the Gold Ranger, but then you had another set of 4 more Rangers, I believe. Technically 5 if you count the 2 different versions of the Dino Charge purple.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole series, you had basically the core Rangers. They worked out of a museum. And
because fossils.
Look, if Dino Thunder had had Tommy Oliver being a fucking paleontologist because reasons, fuck it, why not, right? I'm just saying.
I'm still on the paleontologist. Tommy, what about your interaction with the dinosaurs? Where did you just go like? That makes about as much sense as Jotaro Kujo being a marine biologist. Like, where did that come from? I mean, Jotaro, you almost got eaten by a shark at the beginning of the Stardust Crusaders, and you went, you know what? This is kind of dope.
Or Duke Togo of Gogo 13 fame being an accountant. It's like,
I mean, just
I guess by night he's an assassin. By day he's an accountant.
I'm like, when you left the team, Tommy, you were going to be a race car driver. What? But first of all, where the fuck did the race car driving thing come from?
First off, Saban didn't know what the fuck to do with Tommy. You can only do so many martial arts before it doesn't pay the bills.
So those McDojos weren't cutting it, Tommy? Is that what happened?
You know what? I'm met. You know what? Okay, real talk. The only reason why Tommy was a fucking race car driver is because Saban was like, you see motif. So Tommy just decided to say, fuck a black belt and become a race car driver.
Because it's excitement and fun. Like, and I can kind of see the logic behind the scenes logic. Where like, well, the most popular character, this is the motif for the season. We got to keep some kind of way.
It's going to enter the NASCAR territory.
Sure. We'll have him enter a derby.
I wish they at least had 2 episodes dedicated to Tommy trying to get into the NASCAR Cup.
Shut the hell up.
It's like, come on, guys, we gotta beat this monster so I can qualify for the NASCAR Cup. I gotta beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. So when we see him at the beginning of the series, right? He's a caveman that got found in present day, and he's working as a museum, and he's not even hiding the fact that he is a fish out of the water caveman.
So he's
even though he means well, you know.
I mean, just the heart of gold, just pure
gold, you know. I mean, hey, look, shout out to Yoshi. You know what, Yoshi. We interviewed Brennan. Those two, they really are like hardcore, like for the brand, like straight.
I mean, they gave a fuck. They came to work to work.
I mean, all the Rangers came to work and stuff. Don't get it twisted. But it was amazing because even talking to Brennan, he was saying that series, like him and Yoshi watched this. I think Yoshi put him onto the series and stuff, and they were kind of like giving ideas, so to speak, on certain things and such. Which I could see to an extent. Makes sense. But yeah, Coda. He is legit like Cro-Magnon. They found him. His inner gem is the reason why he somehow survived stuff, and they found him. Kendall is basically the uptight character that, hey, I'm running this museum. Don't fuck up the product and stuff. You know, basically. And then you got Tyler, who, if I remember correctly, he's looking for his dad.
Yes,
basically,
his dad went missing, and that's it. I mean, that's just what's dad to that.
He's Ryan Steele's dad.
It's like, have you seen my paw?
Yo, you know what would be dope is if Judd was like, all right, Tyler. He's like, all right, Brendan, here's what we're going to do. Your character, Tyler, at the beginning of every episode, he's going to be reminiscing in front of a dojo. In front of a dojo?
Why can't do martial arts in the background?
You know, and Brendan's like, hold up, dog. I watch VR Troopers. I'm not stupid, all right? Stop that shit.
My dad once told me.
It's like, no, we're not doing this, Judd. So, I will say this. So, Dino Charge, because I hate the fact that we're really doing Dino Supercharge, but fuck it, it's all the same. The first half of Dino Supercharge is great because I would say what I liked, I could say a good big thing about the Neo Saban era is that every episode kind of bled into the next. There was a narrative there, and I think Dino Charge did a great job of getting the narrative going. Like if something happened at the end of one episode, it didn't go to the next episode and it already got resolved off screen. It went to the next episode and then boom, they're into the fight. Basically. it's like, all right, you got a narrative going here. If I remember correctly, the bad guys this season, is Sledge actually part of the original Sentai?
He is not. He's an American creation.
Yeah, which we haven't since actually no, Megaforce, because didn't Megaforce basically repurpose a bad guy?
Yeah, they repurposed, but Sledge has no Japanese counterpart.
Yeah. Say it worked in the show's flavor because, I mean, I think if you're a slave to... I think that's the lesson from Megaforce is you don't want to be a slave to the Sentai footage.
Well, here's the thing. You can still use the don't do it dumb. You can work around it.
Yeah.
There are ways you could have worked around it. They just elected to not do that.
Yeah. And they got Sledge who... Okay, so what was your first reaction to his design?
I thought that we've strayed a long way from Lord Zed, but I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure I looked at him and I saw the way he was designed. And I thought to myself, well, he's probably built that way because he's probably going to then say Lord Zed or any other American design, and I was kind of right.
I mean, let's be real. When Lord Zed, you know what though? To Lord Zed's credit though, when Lord Zed optioned to get his hands dirty, he meant business. To be fair.
But did he though?
I mean, he put hands on Tommy.
I mean, are we remembering the same fight? Because what I remember was this is the episode when they had Kimberly.
Maybe
right?
My memory is off, but I still remember.
This is when they had Kimberly, right? So if I remember the fight right,
yeah.
Tommy showed up and was like, the White Ranger versus Lord Zed. This is some shit we've been hyping up for years. We wanted to see for a long ass time.
VHS cover, by the way. There was a VHS tape that had Zed versus the White Ranger. Like, it was the battle of the century.
And if I'm not mistaken, the only thing I remember was them circling around each other, Lord Zed and Tommy making a couple of Kia noises.
Lord Zed talking shit, Tommy talking shit.
Had smack talking. I think maybe one or two hits were thrown.
Yeah.
But then Tommy got to Kimberly, or was it Kat, and teleported out of there.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. As a kid, I think I overhyped it. And I was like, oh man, Tommy did this. He hit Lord Zed's staff and turned to a snake. Yeah. It's like,
That's it.
That was a little lackluster. I mean,
and I'm probably sure that it was that way because I don't think the Lord Zed suit was designed for the power taken in the moving.
The suit would have been ripped.
So there's that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll say this for Sledge's crew. I would say they were made up pretty well. I definitely enjoyed it. Sledge, so basically, he collects, asteroids and rare items and such. It's a hobby of his.
I thought he was a bounty hunter.
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter too. He's a man of many talents, Prime. Come on.
A Renaissance warlord.
Yeah, he's a Renaissance warlord. And basically, Sledge was beefing with Keeper back during the prehistoric ages. So Sledge has been beefing with Keeper for quite a while. And basically, he found out about the inner gems on Earth, and him and Keeper were beefing. What ends up happening is that the asteroid hit Earth while they were happening, so basically it kind of threw shit. Keeper was essentially kind of in a bit of a, I guess, was it hypersleep, so to speak, with the inner gems. And the inner gems also got spread apart, after the, extinction of the dinosaurs. So there's that. And when we jump into basically the first handful of episodes of Dino Charge, it's basically introducing us to these characters. And they do it in a pretty good way because, like, Tyler and Shelby are, like, the first to get morph and fight. And basically and the thing is about them morphing, I don't think they really necessarily knew how to morph. It just happened. Which probably maybe the first time that's ever happened in Power Rangers.
Let me think. Let me cast my mind back here. Because they find inner gems, and the inner gems. So Keeper, when the asteroid comes down, he entrusts the inner gems to Dinosaur because
reasons.
I mean, sure, I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
And so they're guarded over by dinosaurs, and they take the form. Well, correct me if I'm wrong in mythology here. Is it that they took the form of batteries, or that they were crafted into the batteries?
They were crafted into the actual batteries for safekeeping, basically.
Okay, so like you said, Tyler and find them while Catman Lightning was looking for them.
Yeah.
And they kicked in the defense mode and transferred. I'm actually trying to think. I mean, I'm sure there has to be, right?
It has to be because I'm looking because MMPR is what I had to tell them. Season 2, no, the same powers. Season 3, Ninjor basically told them what to do. Zeos, Turbo, TV, movie, and all that stuff. Blah. Lost Galaxy.
No, wait, was it? Because they took the swords out the stone.
Lost Galaxy, yeah. Because remember, they took the sword out, and I think they transformed, and in the second episode, they finally had an actual Morphin. Yeah, I think Lost Galaxy. Because Lightspeed Rescue, they had a morph, Time Force morph, Wild Force morph, Storm morph, which is probably one of their funniest morphs. First time out. Dino Charge? Dino Thunder?
Haley gave she gave him the morpher.
Yeah, she gave him the morpher. SPD gave him the morpher. Mystic Force. Oh, Mystic Force. Fuck, I forgot.
Wait, did they transform outright?
Because remember they were saying, I believe in magic and all that stuff, and you know.
Well, see, that was incited though. They did that.
Okay. Operation Overdrive, they got the morpher. Jungle Fury, same. RPM, same. Yeah, so that leaves basically in this. Yeah, huh. Yeah. So that's like 2 shows so far there. Just had the Rangers, they just all of a sudden like, oh my god, I can morph. And that's it. So, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, just about. You still looking it up?
Yeah, I'm still making sure. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, they activate, fight off the monster and stuff. And what ends up happening is that Tyler is showing Shelby basically the sketch of Fury, because Fury is, one of the, guys that she believes is responsible for his father. So essentially, Fury, after they fight him off, they think they killed him. He pops back up by the end of the episode and was like, "Oh, I gotta report back because report back to Sledge that hey, we found the fucking Energems. It's back." So, and then like I said, because you might as well say the first 2-3 episodes is basically kind of like the origin, so to speak. So it's basically a little bit of the Sentai footage because Tyler basically used his Red Ranger dinosaur to take out a monster just like in the Sentai and things like that, and
liberal usage of it.
Yeah, liberal usage for the most part. Nothing too shabby and stuff. But yeah, the opening sequence with all the Rangers and stuff. I would say this too. I actually did enjoy the out of morph fighting scenes this season too.
Again, because the people came to work. Yeah. They hired some really athletic boys, if I can say, this season. Am I allowed to say that this season?
I think you're allowed to say that. More so Yoshi, because I think Yoshi just shows off. I'm sorry.
Captain No Shirt? Captain No Shirt.
Captain No Shirt about to have me. I'm going ham in the fucking gym like, yo, I want to be Yoshi when I grow up, even though I'm older than Yoshi, so,
Man, when I'm an adult.
Dude, him and fucking what's-his-face are like 2 dudes. It's like, so y'all just gonna make everybody look bad. Like,
you know what? Did you see that picture of him and Brennan when they posted this? They were the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was like, come on,
I was like,
man.
You know what? I'm done. I'm like, let me take my fat ass. You know what? Fuck it. I ain't never gonna. Fuck it. Where my milkshakes at? It ain't happening. And I have
Pink Ranger for fucking Ninja Steel is like, hold my beer. I got an 8-pack, and I'm like,
I know, right? Again, by the way, I started watching that show. Has that been documented?
I think it's been documented plenty of times. Plenty of times and stuff. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, she said, hold my beer, I got an 8-pack, and then every chick is like, this is what Power Rangers look like? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, we've come a long way, That's what happens when you hit that.
If you let them, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Aisha back in the 90s could have showed her a 6-pack, could have.
I mean, if they let her.
If they could let her. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could have, possibly.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure Kim, them gymnastics is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, so here's the thing. We get to that third episode, which is basically the penultimate introduction to the Zord fight. And per typical of Neo Saban era, the Zords, they have a different form called the armor mode.
Yeah, I hate that shit. Whatever they call it.
Because I think in the Sentai, they never had that. I don't believe that.
No, I think that thing now where they don't want to... Okay, so I know why they use it. I know the two reasons why they use it. I know why they did it in Samurai, and I know why they did it in Ninja Steel. It's because the Zord, the mecha cockpit footage from the Sentai is Japanese. I'm talking about...
I know it is.
It is. I mean, you laugh like... No, I mean, you don't understand. You're like, well, Prime, isn't it all Japanese? Yeah, it is. But I want you to Google right now, listener at home. When I say that shit is hella Japanese, I'm talking about it's way too Japanese.
I mean, it really is. When you look at it, it's like, well, all right, I see why they did that for Samurai.
And I mean, so like some more things to make toys out of the sale. So like, I understand. I get it.
Hey, selling toys, them shits fucking sell like hotcakes.
I mean, sure. Why not?
I mean, the one's very Japanese. Like, holy shit, is this Japanese? Never mind. I see why.
Yeah. I mean, and actually, I thought it could have. I'm thinking they could have gotten away. They could have gotten away with the one from Kyoryuger, but I feel like they didn't do that much of the dancing because of the fucking the samba. So they probably didn't want to have to explain that. Like, why are the Power Rangers breakdancing the damn Megazord? So
because they can. Shut up, kid.
They just said, "Fuck it, let's just make a toy, strap a battery on it."
Yeah, I'm fine
so
with it.
So two birds, one stone. I mean, yeah, whatever. It's not. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I mean, it works for what they have to do. But I would say this is the first time I probably looked. Okay, so this is probably the second time since Go Onger's Power Ranger RPM where I looked at the Megazord. I'm like, this Megazord looks a lot clunkier than normal. Is it just me, or am I nitpicking on this?
I'm assuming it's probably the massive ass shoulder pads he has.
Probably. I mean,
But yeah, when I watched this is after I watched Go Buster,
yeah.
So all of my sympathy I have for those poor stuntmen were completely drained on that show. Because you think Go Buster King, oh my, man. I feel so bad for the poor bastard who had to put that suit on every episode. And you could just like see his movements, like, get this shit off me, please. Just hurry up. Let's record.
I thought the Zord was bad with all the fucking combinations. I'm like, I guess they said hold my beer. We can up this shit.
I know, right? And you also noticed, like, after that, was it the first episode Buster King was fucking stock footage? Because I guarantee you the stuntman said he came to the directors and like, look, I'm not putting this shit on the whole lot. So either I'm gonna be in that the Go Buster Ace suit, or y'all gonna record me some stock footage right now because I'm not putting that shit on. You got me fucked up.
Yeah, it's when you see the Zord. Like I said, it took me a minute to get used to the Dino Charge Megazord and stuff. Because like I said again, because the funny thing is, I was watching Dino Charge and I was also watching Kyoryuger to an extent. I think I was like way ahead on the Sentai before I was watching Dino Charge every week and stuff. But anyways, yeah, once you see the Megazord, it's like, I gotta get used to this now, and it's like, whatever, it is what it is. They're fine though. I mean, what was your take on all the Zords and the combinations?
Bearing in mind that the mechs had to be designed to work with the gimmick of the batteries, where you can insert the batteries into some of the mechs to give a sound effect or a light effect or whatever. Mm-hmm. And about the American, because I didn't get any of the American Zords.
No, I didn't. Maybe
I
eventually.
Didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm assuming. So anyway, I'm not assuming. I'm saying, like, for what they had to be done with them, I thought they were fine. In fact, I really liked Kyoryu, the main one.
Yeah.
Which is composed of 3, and I really like the Gold Rangers, Pterodactyl Cloak Zord.
Pterazord.
Yeah. Brachiodon. Is it Brachiodon?
I think it's Brachiodon. Yeah, Brachiodon.
Yeah, I want you to know I'm trying my best not to mimic the battery voice, even though I really want to.
I can sense that you were about to go there, and then you had to stop yourself. Like, don't go full tilt.
I'm sure. It's taking a whole lot of willpower not to.
I would say this though, all the dinosaurs that they use, I was like, so we're just gonna take what Dino Thunder could be up it, basically. That's what it felt like to me.
I don't know. Didn't they use all the same ones that?
The Tricerazord was basically the Blue Ranger Zord, just repainted pink.
Oh, speaking of, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But Drysera was very cute, and I said the next pet that I get, I was gonna name Drysera.
So I was about to say, when you and the wife have a kid, I thought you were gonna name the kid that. I was like, okay, Prime.
See, we've already had the discussion. Kid's boy is gonna be named Amaro. We've already this.
Oh
just
wow! Just out the womb, new type off the break.
Just bam, it's named Amaro. This is always happening. If it's a boy, and if it's a girl, we're naming it Rain.
At least you already like prime your kid for greatness. Like you're a new type. That's not real, Dad. Doesn't matter. You're a new type.
You're a new type, and whatever middle name you want, I don't give a fuck. You got the middle name. That's cool. I don't care. But please believe that.
But yeah. It felt like they were really like reusing it. Okay. So I know since Power Rangers and the Sentai started kind of going to CG and stuff, they can do a lot of things. I was able to use a lot more of the dinosaur spectrum.
I can see that. I think it had I don't want to say obviously had a wider range of dinosaurs than Abba Ranger / Dino Thunder.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I think they only had like 3 auxiliary, which was the
punching, the scissors, the hammer, and the shield thing.
That was the Ankylozord, which was the shield arm and whatever and stuff, and that was it. That's all you got. And maybe but they had the big Triceratops, which was the Red Ranger's upgraded form.
Oh yeah, the Mesia, yeah.
Mesiozord. So that's like 5 total. This one, they were hitting up there in like the 10s, 12s, 15s.
Well, yeah, each Ranger had one, and then wait, what were the auxiliaries? Well, the auxiliaries were the Ranger ones. Hold on.
You had the Plesiozord, you had the T-Rex Zord, you had the Pterazord, Stegozord, Raptorzord, Pachysord, and Tricerazord.
That was. Am I missing? I mean, hold on. Wasn't there? There wasn't like a movie exclusive one.
Raptorzord, maybe.
Yeah, and I know there was the repainted Tyrannosaurus that was Death Urger's mech.
No, I already said Raptorzord, so that one.
Well, I thought Raptor was green. What am I thinking?
Yeah, Raptor was green, Pachy was the silver, Tricera was pink, Stego was blue, Plesiozord was the Pterazord was gold, and
and I mean, I know we could look this up, but this is more fun. Isn't this funner?
Yeah, it's very fun. It's very, very fun. I'm having fun right now. Now, because you had that. Hold up, because I'm looking at it right now. Because I had it all up here.
Because didn't the Death Ranger, didn't he have 2 components to make his mech, or did he steal them?
I think in
the movie.
Wait,
didn't he steal them?
I think he did steal them.
Because he has the same. He's basically the Tyrannosaurus just repainted blue.
Yeah.
And how did he form? Yeah, okay, I think he so.
On Dino Supercharge, you had the Titanozord,
which was
Spinozord, and then you had the Parazord. So those are the new ones for Dino Supercharge. So all of them had different combinations and stuff. So all of them were different. Basically, they had because you had This is I'm naming all the combinations, folks. You had the Dino Charge Stegoraptor formation, Pararaptor formation, Triangular formation, Parastego, Tristegotera formation, Ankylopachy formation. And then you had the Terra Charge Megazord, which is the Pararaptor formation. There was a lot of different formations with these different Megazords, which I gotta be real with you, I actually did enjoy it because those were the type of things where it's like you made your Megazord very basically a proper word.
Mix and matchy.
Flexible.
We'll go with that too.
Flexible, but as you said, Prime, this is made to sell toys. So mission accomplished because you got my money.
I mean, I like the mix and match seasons a lot more, just as much as anybody.
Yeah. I just find it funny that the fact that the cockpit, as they got so many additions on there, it just looked like it just became a crowd.
Yeah, and I feel like it wasn't helped by those fucking platforms they had them stand on too. Like they had to crowd them all in.
I mean, it's like, so who does what? Can I just sit back and just eat a sandwich while everybody's fighting? Can I do that? Is that possible?
I mean, so isn't it really explained? So, like, what are we doing besides filling our arms and sticking the guns in these little holsters here on the cockpit?
I mean,
what is that? What exactly are we controlling? Because it looks like the person in the center doing all the heavy lifting. So are we just here for moral support?
Because it's funny. It's like you know what I liked? I liked RPM/Goandra's cockpit formation because when they did have all the Rangers together, it made sense because everybody was controlling a certain board to an extent, right?
Or like in Ninja Storm, where they didn't have a centralized cockpit in their individual Zords.
Yeah.
But they were in their individual limb, controlling that limb.
Yeah. So it was like, all right, that makes sense. It's like, so who's doing the punching? Is everybody just as one? Because I always get thrown off when you have the Rangers all in one cockpit standing. Like, Time Force, it somehow worked.
Because they had controls. They were doing things.
Yeah. It's like thank God in Wild Force, once they got the fucking...
The Soul Bird.
The Soul Bird, it was like, oh, they finally got cockpit, because before it was just like, so we're just going to stand here. All right, cool. At least the Soul Bird was like cockpit.
Technically, they didn't have to do anything because the Zords were sitting it. I guess they were really just there to be moral support for the Megazord.
The Zords looking at the Rangers like, look at me. I'm the captain. I'm in
charge now.
I'm in charge.
The fucking Wild Force Megazord, look at me. I'm no.
Basically. I mean, let's be real about this. When you got fucking douchebag fucking Animus sitting up there taking control, it's like, well, come on. I mean,
I'm saying, so backseat command us from here. You're not gonna come get your hands dirty.
I mean,
hey, where that rainbow bridge come from? Oh fuck.
I'm just saying, folks, listen to our Wild Force episode because we shit all over Animus and how much of a dick he was.
And somehow he is still not as much of a pigeon. Daijujin is a massive penis. I'm saying, go and watch Zyuranger. Y'all think I'm joking. Y'all think, I'm probably just being silly. Watch Zyuranger. Watch Zyuranger.
You think the Green with Evil shit with the Rangers losing their powers was like some dramatic shit? Nah. Homeboy the Sentai was being a dick like, nah, nigga, y'all don't need them powers right now.
Just being a massive asshole. But like, so you knew Burai was dead. He was like, yeah, but I resurrected him because I gotta get that power dog. Bring him back to life? No, not really. But he can live in his cave for a couple of hours, though. Is that cool? That's cool, right? Yeah. All right, dope. He's like, but you knew, of course I knew he was dead. I saw it happen.
Dude looking at Burai like it was all good just a week ago, dog. Oh my god, man. But anyway, so Dino Charge, okay. So, per usual, with how Nickelodeon is, and we complain, and we're going to keep complaining until fuck it, we're going to show off 44 episodes in a year. Because that would actually probably beef up their ratings more than what they already are. But I mean, if you already,
CJ, you're implying that these people want people watching their shows.
I mean, you get fucking close to 2 million. You can really sit there and look at somebody and say fuck your opinion. So I guess I guess they're right.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's the funny thing. That is the funny thing. The really sad note about the Neo Saban era, none of them fell below the million. Which I guess Nickelodeon's like, I guess we're in good shape now.
Yeah, I think that's also a problem because if nothing doesn't seem as a problem, they're not going to correct themselves. That's why Bandai, but then that's how Bandai fucks it because they're like, the toys are selling, people buying them. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But so early in the seasons and stuff, it felt like we were kind of getting an idea. Tyler, he basically is looking for his dad. That's kind of the big plot thread and stuff. Shelby, is interesting that they were really angling Shelby and Tyler to be a couple.
You don't say. I couldn't pick it up behind Shelby thirst trapping on that man. I really didn't notice.
I didn't want to bury the lead, but you're right.
I mean, I'm like, bitch, you need a glass of water? You okay?
Yeah.
You look parched, Shelby. You all right?
Yeah. So, Chase is a character who is... I actually like Chase.
You mean Xander 2.0?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, you're right.
I mean, we're going to call a spade, bro. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. You know what's funny is, I find it funny that at the end of the series, he decides, well, since we're not Power Rangers anymore, I'm going to travel back home to New Zealand. And I sat there, Prime, no bullshit, I sat there for a smooth 2 minutes laughing. like, you know what? I'm gonna shut up.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, like, really, Chase, you're going back to New Zealand? I wouldn't have guessed it. Oh wow, Chase, that is a completely out of character move for you. Going back
again, we're not shitting on the character. It's just when he said again, Power Rangers film New Zealand, and when he said that, I was like, I can't help but laugh for just a solid.
Never mind the fact he spent the whole season. Every other word out of his mouth was like, "You know I'm from New Zealand, right? Like New Zealand.
Come travel to New Zealand, guys.
I got a sister there, mate."
Oh God, man. I mean. But yeah, he was Xander 2.0 and stuff, minus the I'm going to try to calm the monster down before we fight him shit, which thank you. But yeah, the Rangers actually had a lot of personality, unlike the Megaforce Rangers, which thank you, Judd, for that, because given the Rangers' characterization, Black Ranger is thank you. I appreciate that, because even with Coda being, we've seen this before in movies and TV shows where you have the fish out of water character and stuff, and I think we've seen it in, I hate to bring this movie up, Encino Man. I thought that's what they were going to do. I was
trying my damnedest. Somebody owes me $1 because I was trying my damnedest not to bring that movie up. I wasn't going to be the one. I stretched it as far as I could because I brought up Crow as far as I was going to go.
I mean, because when I see him the first time, he's a caveman that's working at the museum. And at first I was like, I hope they do not do Encino Man where he's all like me, Coda, and but he isn't. He's jumping in. He's adapted to the English language to an extent.
I'm gonna assume Keeper has something to do with that.
Yeah, like he
probably the second and last useful thing he did this show.
Yeah. And, most people would be like, well, how come, as I pointed out, the Energem is what kept them from aging because, the Energem has powers like that. The Deus Ex Machina powers. That's why I call the Energems, basically. But yeah, she works there. Kendall, I actually did. If there was one Ranger that I liked, I like Kendall.
I like Kendall the most
because I thought it was interesting. Because I think it was like 8 episodes in, she was just kind of there. I was worried because while you gave all the Rangers, you had Riley, who again I enjoyed and stuff. He loves dogs because that's what the guy does. He's cool.
I mean, he's a farm boy. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he's a farm boy. I mean, who doesn't like farm boys and stuff? And like I said, with Shelby, she is very much in tune with wanting to be kind of for the museum, so to speak.
Yeah, she was also the de facto heart of the team. Now, I like, again, because they gave the Rangers personality, so Kendall had this beef with her and was just being just a major freaking bitch to Shelby.
She was, until Shelby got the powers, and she's like, well, I got powers, bitch, what are you going to do?
Yeah, just being just like, and I'm like, I was trying to see where Dr. Morgan, come for respect her name, because I just called her bitch.
Yeah, Dr. Morgan.
I'm trying to put Dr. Respect on Dr. Morgan's name.
Yeah.
Trying to see where she's coming from. And it kind of just felt like to me like she's just like, I just don't like you. And I'm like, you know what? I can dig that.
Hey, look,
I can respect that.
Respect. I respect it because like I said, even though the Power Rangers are doing their thing, she's still like, hey, you got a job. And again, that is what I also like about the show. The Rangers still worked at the damn museum.
I mean, they got to eat. And you see Coda, his ass eating hamburgers left and right, man. We got to feed this big motherfucker. You got to keep his cardio up.
You got an 8-pack. You're going to eat every 5 minutes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has a routine schedule, man. We got to make sure that shit gets constantly interrupted by these monsters' attacks. This motherfucker's waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, frying hamburgers and shit.
Gotta get my gains.
I'm letting you live here rent-free, but you're going to work in my damn museum. Please leave that shit.
Yeah, so once Kendall, so at one point, Sledge, to his credit, because earlier on, I want to say, was it episode 5 that they fought Sledge and he put hands on him?
So while we're talking about that, so just a quick question though. So Sledge, actor extraordinaire.
Yes.
He wanted the Energems because
he collects things. He's rare items. That's why. And also, again, he's a bounty hunter, and Keeper eluded him. So there's that.
Some of the things really just confused me.
Mm-hmm.
So Sledge, okay, he's a bounty hunter, so that means he's going around catching bad guys and throwing them in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why exactly is he a bad, being kind of just rude and a douchebag?
I mean,
he didn't really seem to me, or maybe I'm forgetting the scene, or maybe I'm forgetting something, but he didn't really seem evil or bad.
One of those situations where he's bad because the show needs him to be bad, but because he's a bounty hunter and he has a presence to him, it works.
I mean, sure. And later on,
they tried to too.
They tried to retcon it like halfway toward the end, where they were for the main bad guy from Kyoryuger. And he was and they revealed like he was sent to get the inner gem on behalf of him. But if that's the case, then I feel like maybe you should have dropped that seed a little earlier, because up until that point, because I was watching it halfway through and it dawned on me, I was like, wait, why does Sledge want the inner gems, and why does Keeper not want him to have them? If he's a bounty hunter, he's going around catching bad guys. Wouldn't that make a good guy or an anti-hero at the very least?
You would think. I mean, but that works apparently. So, because who was the... Okay, so later on, who was the human kid that jumped on his... that was on his... the bag?
Heckle.
Yeah, Heckle. Because Heckle... I'll say this. He had his use. He had his use and stuff. Because I think we talked about this before, where Heckle actually ends up being the new fucking Ranger. Is it that he ends up being?
He ends up being no Ranger in the show, but in the comic book,
he ends up becoming.
He gets to be Death Ruger, the movie exclusive darker navy blue Ranger from Kyoryuger. Which, hey. by the way, can we be here now? This is just talking about the other. Go. Just talk about the other room. Yeah, go. So, halfway through the show, there's this whole plot line about there being a dark inner gem, antithesis to those regular 12 inner gems empowered by pure evil. Mm-hmm. Anyone who has watched the Sentai, we all automatically said, "Oh shit, they're about to drop their version of Green with Evil and use the Death Ruger costume," because a lot of the show. And it looks like they were setting up Heckle by having him dress kind of like how, Death Ruger's Sentai villain counterpart dress, and
he was like
the color scheme.
It felt like he was opposite of, because the way he dressed, because the Rangers, we'll get into. He was dressed kind of like Sir Ivan a little bit, like a dark version of him to an extent,
like a steampunk alien kind of. Sure. And a lot of the stuff they repurposed, like they took a Q Ranger movie and made him Heckle's monster form, and he basically had like a Jekyll and Hyde situation where he would transform back and forth. Interesting tidbit: his Sneed, his monster, his form, his costume is actually Neo. What's his name? Anyway, I forget this Japanese name. But that was an upgraded form of Zeltrax from Abba Ranger / Dino Thunder.
Well, but the thing is, they were really playing Heckle and Snide, kind of like a Mesogod kind of situation. That's what it reminded me of.
Well, kind of, sort of. Except that at first Heckle was implicit in it. He was fine. He was in on it. But then just later on, I guess I'm trying to remember the arc he went through, and he said, "I had enough of this shit, and I'm going to be separated from you forever because you suck."
Yeah.
But anyway, so they go into the Dark Inner Gem, and we were all waiting on the Death Ruger, because like I said, they repurposed a lot of original footage using the Sentai suits. So we thought, well, there's not that much footage of Death Ruger in Japan, but if they're doing what they're doing all original American interesting, they were setting up Heckle to fill that role. You've seen the show now, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like it didn't happen. They were maybe trying to subvert expectations, and I feel like a couple of the decisions in Dino Charge were made to throw curveballs. Like it felt like they were just sticking their finger at people who may have watched the Sentai, or maybe who have watched shows for a long time, to try to say we're not gonna go the way you think we're gonna go. Yeah. And that in and of itself, that isn't a bad thing. if it's replaced with something of equal or greater value. Can someone explain to me why Robin Up was a cool ass Evil Ranger fighting Power Ranger fights? How was that? How was that cool? Like,
I mean, as we've illustrated on Morphin Metacast plenty of times, Evil Rangers fighting Rangers is always good.
I mean, it's I mean, look at this. Look at the seasons that happening. Even if you don't make him full on evil, you could have made him antagonistic.
Even if you didn't
kind of like the Quantum Ranger,
yeah.
Or or like how early Robin. It's just like a lot of I take umbrage with a lot of the questionable decisions made in this show, which I can't for the life of me discern the reason why those decisions were made. And I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast or another podcast or not. But I still, to this day, defy someone to explain to me the Keeper. Like, I watched that show, and there were stretches of episodes where I forgot he fucking existed.
Yeah, because the thing about Keeper is that I think it felt like the show forgot that he exists, because Keeper went from, he's basically kind of giving, I guess, what's the word?
He was supposed to be the mentor, right? So he's filling the role. So in Curager, that role is fulfilled by Torrent, Birdman, who ultimately becomes the Silver Ranger, who in Dino Charge they eventually end up using anyway, and that's Xenowing. So Torrent and Curager, he's the mentor. He actually serves the mentor role. He guides his team. He has a fucking story arc where it finds out that he's actually part of the same species that's the main bad guy group's on, but he rebelled from them because he's like, he had enough of their bullshit. And he proves himself worthy to become a Curager and get his partner. And I'm trying not to say Brachiodon. I promise you, I'm fighting every fiber of my being not to mimic that damn voice. And he's just an all around very interesting fucking character.
Yeah,
we get to Keeper. Keeper. The only thing he does is he entrusts the Inner Gem to the dinosaurs. He may have popped up at a couple of times, say a couple of cryptic things, but then they were like, shit, this is a stretch. We don't see him at all because the mentor role is 100% being fulfilled by, and again, for respect to their name, Dr. Morgan.
Yeah, and I mean, look, and my thing is this. If you had a situation where, say, okay, Keeper entrusts the Dino Gem, Sledge killed him, and he transfers it over to Kindle to be kind of the mentor, okay, that would work.
That'd have been dope. But they didn't do that, and it looked like they just went with their own figuring. Our animatronics look better than the bird Featherhead man. It really didn't. Creeper looked creepy as shit. It's funny to me that the bird mask had more range of expression than that animatronic Nightmare, and I feel like that suit looks silly and goofy.
Oh, that's bullshit, dude. They made Disney.
Oh
my god, Disney gave us Doggy fucking Kruger. I'm just saying.
But then at the end, they end up using that suit anyway. One of air quote subverted expectations or just not using something from the Japanese because you felt like you could do it better. Spoilers, you didn't do it better. You actually did it fucking worse.
But Prime, how is it that Disney looked at that Japanese footage from SPD that was like, we can do better? They put money in on an animatronic Doggy Kruger and it looked fucking awesome. You mean to tell me Saban couldn't do the same thing for that bird copy?
I need you to take a step back and look at your premise here. You want Saban to spend more money than necessary. I want you to look at Keeper's costume. Look what they did for Keeper. And remember, this is Saban.
For fucking Mandalore 2.0?
Just fucking. That Keeper Larigo.
Yeah, Larigo 2.0. I'm like...
fucking horrendous. Like, what a waste. What a waste of a character slot. What a waste of time. What a waste of energy. Like, the money they put into making that damn suit, cast somebody to be fucking Xenowing from the fucking get-go.
I mean, and the thing of it is, too, so it's like, as I was saying, like, the first episodes, like, Kindle, they, like, one of the monsters basically poisons one of the Zords and stuff, right? So what ends up happening is the Zord... it's all buck wild and stuff, and Kendall basically proves, hey, I have knowledge of these dinosaurs more than you guys do. I can help you guys out. And that kind of starts her kind of like being useful to the team and stuff like that. In every episode, you see her do these things that's like proving her worth to the team and stuff. So it's like, yeah, she definitely filled out that mentor role. The funny thing is, too, we get to like early episodes, like I think later on, there's literally, no bullshit, a 3-parter that goes into the introduction to the shock that they did?
Well, I think it has something to be done to accommodate that Japanese footage.
I mean, because episodes 8, 9, and kind of like Fury going after the Pterosaur, and then the second episode was basically kind of like, I would say, a way of kind of showing dynamics with the Rangers, because as we pointed out, Chase is like Xander 2.0. I think Riley specifically was like, why are you a Ranger? You don't take this shit seriously. As basically Riley realizing, oh, Chase is basically, he has his own rhyme and reason of trying to fight these monsters. So he is taking. I guess we need a lesson here. So fine, I mean, Mystic Force did it too. So why not? It's fine. It's cool. But we get introduced to Sir Prince Tyler. Koda was also trapped with an energem around his neck and stuff, and he ends up escaping, and he, basically takes charge, and he's got his Terra Megazord back. Considering that he's a knight, basically, he acts very knightly. Kind of, would you say he acts more of a knight versus Homeboy from Mystic Force?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Not taking anything away from
Daggeron,
but it's just Ivan.
Ivan. I like Ivan. But maybe I should have, because I've seen again Kyuruger, and I really really like Ususimi Maru, his Japanese counterpart. Mm-hmm. For several reasons. One, that is just a fucking good looking man.
Yes, it is.
Holy fuck, that guy's handsome as shit. But secondly, I really like his character because as a flip, he is simultaneously both the cool and aloof Six Ranger at the same time. Like, when he's with them, he's all like, "Yeah, I'm the cool, confident badass." But when he's away from them, he's like, "Oh man, I really want to be their friends." Like, Usamaru is just an awesome fucking character.
The dynamics is just, okay. That's cool. So here's another thing. So if we're tying into this whole thing with time and stuff, so the Rangers meet up with Prince Philip. Now, he's actually from the same country as Ivan, Xandar. He's a descendant of one of the knights that
the royalty that he was bodyguarding or something like that. Yeah,
he was bodyguarding his previous descendant, what they was at Prince College. He bodyguarded him and stuff, so basically, Prince Philip, I'm not going to sit there and say he was spoiled, per se, but he is a rich prince. So
kind of self-centered.
Yeah, a little snobby-ish a little bit. I mean, hey, you
kind of a prick.
You're one of the richest princes of the country. Gotta flex.
You know what? He had a couple of odd flexes, but I'm not going to hate.
Yeah. So, basically, he thinks, because I think early on he actually thinks that he's going, because he tries to take back the gold and clearly can't take control of it, because once the energem is bonded to that person, you can't really take it off that person.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, eventually down the line, he actually comes across the graphite energem, and he becomes the graphite.
He had to prove himself, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, cool. I mean, you have to prove yourself. These are things you have to do, because the energems don't just automatically come to you. You have to prove your worth, essentially. Which I will admit, that's actually a pretty good dynamic. It's just getting the powers and plot, they have to prove their worth, because otherwise, if he didn't prove their worth, well, there is that and stuff. Now, so Tyler's dead. Pops back up, and looking young as shit,
because he too had an energem. Mm-hmm. And here's my thing. Here's also my thing. Yeah. So people were thinking, because they're using basically the same plot line where the Red Ranger King is looking for his father as well.
Yeah.
So we're thinking they're going to probably mirror it a little bit. I mean, we're going to probably mirror it, not a little bit, but basically we think we're going to do a 1-for-1. Don't they throw a slight curveball at us?
Yeah.
How did you feel about how they handled the whole Tyler's dad plot?
So we were assuming that maybe his dad was dead, trying to look for the thing, and what is essentially he basically went into fucking witness protection for a smooth 10 years with this aqua energem and just disappeared. I'm like, so you just left behind a wife? popped back up once Dino Gems came popping. I mean, Deadbeat Dad of the Year award year.
I mean, he's still better than Gene Freaks. So,
I mean, by not much though. I'm just saying.
Have you fucking seen Hunter x Hunter?
I mean, it's been a minute, but you're right.
I mean, Gene is he's trash.
Gene Morris is trash. I'm not gonna say. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not gonna say James is trash. I get it, but it's like the fact that he just popped up out of nowhere and is like, son. And at first I was like, so you just had them both the same age? You're gonna have to do some explaining. It's like, oh, but. Okay, so here's the funny thing. Even if I were to buy that 10 years ago, that was Tyler's dad, I still don't believe that I still believe he's too goddamn young to be his.
Yo, that episode where they were playing catch, I was fucking crying.
It's like, hey dad, here's catch.
We gotta catch up on time we missed, Dad.
And the thing is, I shouldn't be laughing because it is a very emotional kind of thing. I get it. It's just
emotional.
Like, hey, I'm being honest. I get what they were going for. Let me rephrase that. I get what they're going for. But when you just look at the two actors, and I'm like, it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's kind of like homeboy that plays in the Flash TV show. He's like the same age as Grant Gustin, so it's like, how are you Kid Flash and you're the same age as Grant?
I was like, yeah, how is he? How are you his mentor? Like, or here's my thing about the Flash. This is the thing I was talking about with my wife last night. Like, you watching the new season, right?
Oh, you're not about to say his daughter is basically more Kid Flash than Kid Flash, right?
No. She's about 30 something in the first or second episode.
Something like that.
Yeah. And like how she's acting and like, I just want to come back and see my dad. I feel like narratively it would have been stronger if she was younger. Like if she was
She looks younger, don't get it
16,
twisted.
She looks about 30. Don't bullshit.
Come on, Brian. She looks
I've seen
she looks young. Now granted,
maybe because it's me. Maybe because of me because I seen her in Black Sails. I'm like, nah, she looks about at the young 728.
I mean, she put it this way. She looks young to be their daughter, but I'm laughing at the fact that she's older than the actors in real life. That's fucking hilarious.
That is, I mean, shit. I know, right? But my thing is, like, from a narrative standpoint, like, I feel like it would be stronger if she was younger. Yeah. Like, I mean, I can understand why, like, if she's 30 years old or she's like, I want to see my dad, but, like, I feel some of the decisions more sense if it was coming from someone a little younger than 30, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, please get me wrong. But I remember her saying something or a comment her age.
Yeah.
Because they had to do some math. Am I right? Am I remembering that right?
It's about right.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. I might be misremembering things, but I feel like I'm not pulling that number out of thin air. I feel like there was some number crunching in an episode, or she said something when they got 30. Because like, why would I assign 30 to her just at random?
But the thing with Tyler and James, funny, but like okay, so I'll say this. The whole, like, I was really thinking that, because I mean, I guess maybe because we as the audience thought it too, I was running with Tyler's theory that maybe his dad was trapped in Fury. It would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah, it turns out it was Ivan, because again, we got to match that Sentai footage. But yeah. I'm actually surprised that they gave him the Aqua Inner Gem, because if anything, I thought they would have given him the Silk Gem.
Yeah,
and would have tied him more. Yeah,
because in the Sentai, it's a white American dude. That's
Aqua
Ranger.
Because sure, I'm a fat American white dude.
Look, this is not the first time because we didn't talk about. Okay, so in B Fighter Kabuto, which is Beetleborg Metallics, I believe.
Yes.
In Beetleborg Metallics, I forgot the guy's name. He's an American actor. He played the Dragonfly Beetle.
Yeah, yes, because I remember the pictures.
Yeah. So, yeah, I forgot. Hold on. Cause I hold on. Was it Hold on. Because that guy, I think it's Mac Wendy. Ruben Langdon. Yeah, Ruben Langdon, who voices Dante in Devil May Cry. He was Mac Wendy, a.k.a. B-Fighter Yama. So this is not unheard of in Sentai where they get somebody that's like us to do that. I'm still praying to God, and I'm a little mad that we didn't get it, that the Black Chief and Power Ranger is not a ranger. That disappointed me very much.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking.
I gave up. Once it got to episode 35, I was like, I guess the dream is over. Can't dream.
Again, all right, the dream is dead.
I should have gave up at episode 20, but I was like, nope. He might be able to do it. There's still episodes left, and I'm like, that ain't happening. We will never get a black sentiment. Damn it. But yeah, it is kind of. I mean, him being the Silver Ranger would have been interesting to an extent. But, I mean, with them being a way of kind of circumventing around and doing something different and stuff. So, I was kind of interested in the fact that once he gave up the inner gem, I was like, so is he going to age back up quickly?
I guess not.
I mean, so I don't know. I mean, it's and the crazy thing too is he ends up dipping out from his son to look for the silver inner gem. So it's like, okay, I guess. That's what we do. We dip off and leave. But yeah, it's so we get that. Talk about Prince Philip, earning the graphite gem and stuff. So when we get to the season finale for Dino Charge, it was, and because the episode was out of order, the last episode was literally a Halloween episode. So surprise. Prince Philip is in the episode, but he hasn't found a graphite inner gem yet.
Because continuity, what the hell is that?
Exactly. So basically, I think the last two episodes, essentially, what was the name of the doctor? Because there was a doctor prior to Kendall, Albert Smith. Albert Smith was actually he was an adventurer, and he was a quote-unquote
as you do.
Yeah, and he owns a small Bigfoot touring thing in New Zealand, which I'm like, again, for a show that's not supposed to, when the characters don't live in New Zealand, they keep their faces here. So, basically, the backstory with him is that he found one of Sledge's ships, and one of Sledge's ships actually had the purple inner gem in it. And once he basically overcame his kind of like fear of monsters, the purple inner gem basically chose him, and boom, he Purple Ranger and stuff. Now, once he decides he doesn't want to do it anymore, the Rangers try to find somebody who could essentially become and bond with the purple inner gem. And that's when Kendall becoming the Purple Ranger, which I thought was, you kind of saw that coming, didn't you, Prime?
I mean, yeah, because she's wearing purple. I think that's the one time they went ahead and went to them to do.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, you should have just. I mean, part of me was kind of interested in the fact that, one, I thought they were going to swerve us because I knew, Sentai, there was two sets of Rangers and stuff. It was one dude, one woman. But, it's probably Kendall, but I don't want to assume it's Kendall because they might swerve us and it might be somebody that's brand new actress that ends up becoming it because reasons.
And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say, at first I'm like, well, come on, but now think about other questionable decisions.
Yeah, I mean, and when you go into Super Dino Charge, that's when we finally get the whole thing with Heckle and Snide and that whole dynamic. And that's kind of because I've said this countless times, is that when the show got into Super Dino Charge, it picked up from Dino Charge, started off great. And then we get to the time travel aspect.
So, I mean,
Now, this is where the show gets bold, but then it does this thing where, okay, so you know how, like, I complain about time travel movies, right? Where if you're going to do time travel, you got to stick to the rules that you put in place, right?
I mean, even forgetful ass Toriyama.
Yeah, I mean, Toriyama,
even his forgetful ass. Because he laid his rules down and he stuck to his rules for his time travel stories.
Yeah, because that's the funny thing, because the thing about it was when he did the Future Trunks thing and he revisited that in the Trunks that we know that turned into Super Trunks during Cell Saga, that's not the same one from Super Dragon Ball Z, because we find out that in Dragon Ball Z, it switched to a all new different timeline at this stage, basically, because of all the shit between Trunks and Cell. So Super Dino Charge posits time travel and such. I mean, you want to take? I know you've been itching to talk about this.
You know what? No, I'm gonna let you, because you're probably doing it in a more clear head than I would.
No. I'm gonna let you do this because
no. You know what? No. I'm gonna need someone who's not as biased or as objective as I am.
Okay, so let's sit there and say that when it comes to Power Rangers, everything is linear to an extent. So we're coming off of Megaforce, which firmly establishes in the wonky legendary battle episode that the previous Rangers are still alive and kicking in the world at large still, right? So what Super Dino Charge ends up doing, and weird for a series that from Lin, who always is able to stick the landing regardless of what you think of it. I mean, this is a guy that took over the second half of Turbo, and we said it countless times, he managed to turn it around and diamond in the rough, and he made the shit work. I mean, because let's be real about this, like, that was... Turbo is probably one of the more depressing endings for Power Rangers, easily. I don't think any Power Ranger season after that has ever really landed on a depressing tip, so to speak.
Well, that depends. In what way do you mean depressing? Because I was pretty depressed after the end of Dino Charge.
I mean... See, I wasn't trying to make a joke, bro.
I was going to say, what's your metric there, sir?
What I'm saying is, in terms of the structure of...
I mean in terms of the narrative of the show.
Yeah,
okay.
How I felt afterwards and stuff, right? So... Okay, so... The finale for for Dino Charge, because building up to this and stuff, we're getting all these... We're getting hit hard and fast on all stuff with, like... What was it? The inner gems and the ability for Edge to use like the fucking dark inner gem, so to speak. Basically, so it's like, all right, he's using the dark inner gems. He's gonna do it, and how do the Rangers take care of it? Oh, everybody on Earth shines a light in the sun and he on the dark inner gem, and I'm like, how did everybody know to do that? I don't. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, God, don't know how this is. Like, like, if you're gonna do time travel, you have to make it make sense, because at this point, we're under the assumption that Sir Ivan and Koda can't go back. Through the power of the Inner Gem's Keeper can put them back in their time places, but you already fucked up time anyway. And what really kills, first of all, never mind the fact that at the end, when they go back in time and they toss Sledge them into the sun so that they never drop the asteroid that kills dinosaurs in the first place. So you just wasted 39 episodes of my life watching the Rangers struggle against these guys just for at the end to go, well, nope, none of those fights matter. They didn't count, didn't happen, doesn't matter. I am insulted. Like that fucking sucks. The second thing, so one of Koda's whole arcs is that he really missed Emily. Yeah, which makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Totally makes sense. We even got a whole episode related to it where he was fucking around with a caveman robot buddy.
Yeah, which was endearing. I thought it was cool.
I mean, I questioned the placement of that episode, though. In the episode order, I question where you put that, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So his whole arc is like he missed his family, But in coming to terms, he realized that, his family isn't just always about blood. His family is where you make it. And he came to view the Rangers and Dr. Morgan and Keeper and the crew as his family. Mm-hmm. That's very strong. It's a very poignant character arc. But they decide to say, throw all that out the window and just send him back in the past. Never mind the fact that he is now a living anachronism. Mm-hmm. He's a living anachronism. So him going back in time is gonna, fuck it, nothing matters because it's not gonna mess with the time stream any more than you already have with having the dinosaurs survive alongside with man with present day.
Well, but I mean, Sledge, so Sledge, his whole plan was basically try to, bring back, basically throwing galactic junk onto Earth and stuff, and that's a bit of a threat. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So here's the thing. You set up the thing with the Energems. We already knew that the Energems stop aging, right? So I would say maybe 10 episodes ago, because we're at the finale at this point and stuff. Because the 10 episodes going up to was basically kind of like, okay, I get what you're going for, but I don't know what you're doing here because you mentioned a lot of time travel stuff. You mentioned in Black, and so essentially, if you had the idea and you say that you could put it this way, the setup could have been basically that you could have had Heckle items were brought together to travel back in time, right? And you could literally use that because remember Heckle basically because his planet got killed off, that will be his reasons to get the Energems because he wants to save his planet, right? You would think that, right?
You would think.
So the thing of it is, they don't do that. So the Rangers pop through a time hole, back on Earth, and you're like, okay. And they arrive back in time when Keeper's ship crashed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And basically, at this point, Keeper doesn't know who the fuck they are. And he shows them the Energems. And he's like, well, hold on, though. The gems weren't bonded yet. So, if you go back in time, wouldn't the gems not be bonded anymore?
Be quiet, Chris. Because we're not even going to address the fact that how many people did those Velociraptors and T-Rexes hunting, how many Neanderthals and Cro-Magnon did they fucking bloodlines were wiped out back then for motherfuckers trying to survive and not get turned into T-Rex chow. So we're not gonna talk about how many potential people were that alone.
I mean, this is again. These are episodes that's supposed to build up to something. It's like, okay, guys, you just sent the Earth into the black hole, and now you're doing all this time stuff. You get back to Earth, and now dinosaurs are roaming the Earth now. Which,
by the way, would also be there to be bonded to the Energems, so there wouldn't be Power Rangers in the first place.
Okay, so again, I see what they were going for, but it's like motivation for Heckle. You could have established that he wanted to sit there and save his own planet by using the Energems, and we would have been perfectly fine with that. That's a story trope that we've seen plenty of times in other avenues where the villain wants to use some sort of Deus Ex Machina powers for his own.
And again, like on the interview, I kind of agree with Brendan when he said like they did something different. Yeah, we blew up the Earth. Yeah, like again, yeah, you subverted expectations, but like I said earlier, if you're gonna do that, then reverting it needs to be replaced with something equal to or greater.
Yeah.
And what you guys did in place of that was actually quite lesser.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing of it is, you send Coda back to his own time, so basically Coda can teach the English language progress, essentially, right?
In theory. Again, all the while having to dodge those Velociraptors that now still exist.
I mean, Sir Ivan out here fucking, since he's been in the present day now, I'm just saying, like, you know.
And again, maybe he wouldn't get him a pet pterodactyl because, again, there are dinosaurs that now exist alongside man. That's not an elephant in the room. That's the Brachiosaurus in the goddamn room.
Yeah. This. If you also, at the same time this is happening, Sledge's ship gets thrown into the sun. Just answer me this, Prime. Wouldn't Heckle be dead?
Shut the hell up.
Just saying, like,
because the issue here is
I'm like,
we're putting a little bit more thought into this than they did when they were like. I really feel like Chip and them were like, you know what, this is our last season. Let's just do something completely wild and unexpected, without actually sitting down and thinking about it. Because fuck it, it's a children's show.
Now here's the thing. I'm hoping this new comic elaborates on his newfound thing as the Dark Ranger.
Spoilers. It doesn't.
Hey, look, it's like what two issues in.
I think we got all we're gonna get when
hey, look, I'm hoping,
Kim rolled up on him. I'm sorry, not Kim. When Ranger Slayer rolled up on him, all we're gonna get.
Oh well, I mean, and Heckle is the keeper of the Dark Energy because fuck it, why not?
Yeah, which can now it can turn you into a power. Sure,
but hey, Shelby cooked up with Tyler. I mean,
look, somebody got a happy ending. Somebody got what they wanted.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, man, the Dinosaur Museum is a zoo. I'm like, so it's Jurassic World.
Here's
the thing.
If it didn't kill the dinosaurs and if dinosaurs just existed alongside, why would there be a zoo just solely dedicated to dinosaurs if they were just like any other regular animal that, and never mind the fact that just
in shambles.
You know what? Fuck that. I want to see that comic book. How'd the slave trade go down in this universe?
I really need to know. It's like, so the slave trade just went down because dinosaurs. Again,
we're joking. We're
joking, of course. But you gotta understand, like, when Super Dino Charge started out, I was loving the dynamic, the Jekyll and Hyde with Heckle and wow, I'm forgetting the guy's name. Heckle and Snide. I was loving that whole dynamic. I was like, all right, this is cool. You know, Red Ranger got his power up, which it's been a minute since the Red Ranger got a power up. I mean, since Super Samurai. Super Samurai. So, you know, hey, cool. I mean, well, technically Mega Force. Because all of them had
they technically all had power ups, quote quote.
Yeah, technically, you know, Red Ranger got power up, which, hey, I mean, he got a mini T-Rex. That was always cool, you know. Just saying. So it's like everything was building up to that, and once it started getting to that, we're starting time travel now. So okay, I don't know what's happening, guys. Can we talk, please? And yeah, it's to me, it's like it's a case of, at least to me, I get the boldness of them doing this, but it's like if you don't establish rules and you just freestyle with it, it turns into a confusing mess. And the thing of it is too, in the finale that we've seen plenty of times in every Power Ranger, where all the Rangers always combine together and they fight together, we didn't even get that. That disappointed me a little bit. So I think that's what it comes down to. Dino Charge as a whole is that it started off great and had all these good things, and then it's just like it petered down. And I was just like. And I think because we're grading it on such a curve because of what happened in Megaforce and what happened in Samurai and what's happening with Ninja Steel now, we're looking at Dino Charge like, well, I guess Dino Charge by default is the greatest thing ever. And
don't celebrate too hard, motherfucker, because look like you said, look who you surrounded with. You win by default, motherfucker.
But like I said, it's not taking anything away, because I think we as fans, we watched the show because we were just kind of along the lines of, hey, we like the characters and the characterizations that they give. It's like, all right, well, hey, cool, you know.
And you know what? I agree, and I feel like a lot of Dino Charge is like it's that age-old question. Like, well, you know, half the time it's not the destination, it's the journey. We got to that stretch of episodes. I want to say the last 8 or so, maybe 10. If you twist my arm, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Was Dino Charge an enjoyable Power Ranger season? Yes, it was. However, that bumpy road pit that was the last episode really kind of soured the journey a little bit for me. So it did knock it down a couple of pegs.
Once we got
me,
I think right when we got Xeno Wing, something was up.
Because I feel like
Because Xeno Wing was only 8 episodes. I think if you wanted to pinpoint where it started, it was right when Xeno Wing came in.
And why did they fight so long and so hard to not use that suit? Simply at the end of everything, still use it anyway. When it would have just made more sense where he should have just been the keeper. I don't understand why. Because again, if you watch Kyorager, like I bullshit you not. Torin, he has an amazing actor.
Yeah.
His whole thing where he had to fight his evil half split off from his side. Yeah.
Doomwing?
And had to fight him.
Yeah.
His whole realization, like I'm trying to atone for all my evil, and it's like, hey bro, you're being too hard on yourself. Hold this silver battery.
Yeah.
You can be my partner, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
and then his fucking he mentored the Green Ranger with the like he was just. I'm sorry, Torin is just a character, and it really makes me angry that. And then to me, it would have made just more sense because it would have saved you money because you could have used him more in the footage. You didn't have to do so much around him being in the battle scene because don't get the game twisted. Torin is what we call a fucking active mentor because he was in them streets, yo. He was
putting hands on people.
He was on the front lines, bro.
Yeah.
So
and like I said, once it got the Xeno Wing, it was like, oh shit, like, and that's when you got the whole like, they were really just starting to explain the whole thing because the whole aspect of Xeno Wing was essentially like Arcanine used the dark energy on him to basically split him to where you got Xeno Wing and you got Doomwing. Doomwing became his general, and they basically sealed the silver energy inside Doomwing's sword. So basically, Xeno Wing can't transform. So once the sword got destroyed, he used something. That's what it came to be, and that's where they went full tilt on the dark energy storyline and stuff. So it's just like, okay, and then once they start explaining everything with the dark energy, it starts popping in, and it's like, oh boy, here we go. And I mean, once you destroy the Earth and then you try to bring it back, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, it's like, again, you didn't establish any rules, and you're just like what can you do?
It's like the CGI Ninja Turtle series where they did that thing when they went on the space adventures with Professor Honeycutt.
For that whole season.
The whole season, yeah, and they brought it back. But here's the thing to remember. So you remember in that season, here's the thing to pay a fucking attention to your world and the rules you've established and what you've done.
Yeah.
So in that season, Ninja Turtles, they restore the Earth and come back. While in their space adventures, Raphael gets a pet space turtle from basically giant.
Mm-hmm.
He comes with him. So when they get back to Earth and restore their planet, the turtles who were there in that time period, they go off with Professor Honeycutt space adventures, but the turtles who came from the Destroy Earth timeline, they stay on Earth. All right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So halfway through the season, the giant fire-breathing space Gamma comes to Earth to get her son. Excuse me, I have a question. So in this timeline, if the Earth was never destroyed and Ralph from that timeline never visited that planet to take her son, why is the giant space fire-breathing Gamma?
Yeah.
Did anybody in the writer's room, like, did you guys have any communication with each other? And so you can maybe counter me and say, well, maybe the arsenic Ralph from the timeline where Earth wasn't destroyed, maybe he took the space turtle baby thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then why isn't giant space fire-breathing Gamma lady going after that Raphael? Why is she coming to Earth? How does she know to come to Earth? I think they said something about pheromones, and I don't know. They gave some explanation why she knew to come to Earth. And the fact that why is she coming to Earth in the first place when in that timeline she would still have her son. So it's little shit like that.
We had some questions from some folks about this and stuff. Our good old boy Sharpo.
My man Sharp.
He said, would you consider this the best of the Neo Saban seasons? Which we did. I mean, it's the best.
Again, but, it wins by default.
Who's the best? It's a tough one.
I don't want to give it to Yoshi because he wants me to give it to him so bad. It's too obvious. And I mean, as much as I love Sonata, I don't want to give it to Dr. Morgan either. And I do love me the ones who play hard to get. What I'm gonna give it to Ivan.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Ivan.
I'll give it to Shelby. I give it to Shelby because she proved her worth. Because I think you know what it was is my assumption with Shelby. I thought that she was really going to be like the Pink Ranger that was just they weren't going to do much, but they kind of surprised me with how good her character.
She had a really good character arc through the show, and she did put in some work. She earned the respect she put on her name.
Yeah, she wasn't just the Pink Ranger and that's it. No, okay. Oh, okay, cool. So I give it to her. I would say I was gonna say Kendall, and it's like. I mean, I like Kendall.
I mean, yeah, I like her.
Yeah, if I had a second place, I'd give it to Kendall. Second place.
I agree. If I was going to give a second place award, because like I said, I do love me a good Tsunade.
Somewhere Yoshi is crying in the corner, like, "Why did you pick me?" So Mad Coco Gaming hit us so well until the goddamn time shenanigans had to occur. Also, is this the season that got the ball rolling on the Asian male cast member being Ranger Bay?
No, I would say that would be Time Force because Lucas with those piercing eyes.
Man, listen, Lucas with them piercing that would make you just say, you know what? I actually like you. I want to kiss you right now.
I mean, yeah, sure, you kind of generic. I mean, yeah, sure, you kind of stereotypical.
Generic pretty boy,
but you working. I give it to you.
I know it's weird if he's talking in terms of Ranger Bays across the board, right? And if I'm going,
he said Asian.
Oh, Asian
blue.
Oh, okay.
He specifically said Asian blue. He specifically said Asian
cast member. He didn't say.
Asian male cast. Oh, okay. So hold on.
So we got him. Do we count?
Let me
Kai? Kai? No. Well, I don't know if any. I mean,
I don't know. Again, as much as I like a good Tsunade, I don't know.
Nobody talks about Chad from fucking Lightspeed, so no.
I mean, I wouldn't call him band material. I mean, we can eat ice cream together, but we ain't. I mean, we'll drink some Moscatos and watch Fried Green Tomato.
Boy from Operation Overdrive, I'm going with a no. Even though I'm pretty sure he's probably nice outside of the show. Probably.
Yeah. Again, he's not bae. We can kick it. We can go to the arcade, eat a hamburger.
See, I'm about to say Shane Samoan, so that's not really Asian per se.
Not per se.
Not yeah. Dino Thunder did. Oh, fucking what's his face from Ninja Storm?
Your brother.
Yeah, Blue Ranger. Maybe. I put in the maybe column.
He had charm. Okay, we'll put a tentative next to him.
Dude from Jungle Fury.
Nah, he's not bae. He thoroughly belonged in that friend zone.
We didn't have one in shocking. Same with Megaforce. So yeah,
and I haven't seen enough Ninja Steel to comment on Yoshi's bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Yoshi's
bro ain't out here fucking with no shirt on, rocking an 8-pack. So
Yeah, a little too goofy for me so far on the show.
I mean, would you call? Adam.
He said blue. He said said Asian.
I was like Adam. Adam. I could probably say Adam. I mean, he's the veteran ranger, so he definitely got the fans and the women going gaga for him.
Yeah, I'll give you Ichigo Kurosaki. You can have that.
Yeah, he has a band. He has a rock band. That.
Yo, there's a dude who comes to our concert, and I'm trying to remember his name because he has he does stunt performances and teaches people how to use stunt weapons.
Yeah.
What's his name? Anyway, he tells a story about how he's really good friends with Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah.
And he says that he was training with him one day, and he was trying to show him how to hold a katana, and he said Johnny was holding it wrong, and he said it bothered him because he's like, "Aren't you a fucking Power Ranger?"
Oh my god! I mean, it's like, well, he had an axe. It's not like
I know, right? And I said, "Excuse me, sir. He had a gun axe, not a goddamn katana."
There's not much you can really do about it. It's not like he's channeling Ichigo Kurosaki and shit. I mean, come on, it's not happening.
That we know of in public. Let's put that asterisk marks there.
You know what's amazing? Okay, so maybe I had a pipe dream here, and I know it's Saban doing it. I half expected, I think, that they were going to do an anniversary with Dino Charge. Well, not anniversary, but do kind of like a low-key crossover with Mighty Morphin and Dino Thunder.
Look, so there was the anniversary team up.
I heard rumblings of a rumor of that happening. It turns out it was just a rumor and it wasn't happening. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, shit. Now, remember that same year, correct me if I'm wrong, CJ, wasn't there like a post that was stirring the pot with that shit that they had to quickly take down and delete?
Yep.
And the reason...
Can you imagine? And I'm like, yeah. Shit. Can we
the reason people were so... Q Ranger versus movie with Go Buster pretty much shoved Go Busters to the side and brought in the other two dinosaur teams, G Ranger and Abba Ranger.
Fuck you, Go Busters. Bam.
But like, yeah, you just go that way. We're gonna have this gonna be the dinosaur team movie.
Now I was like, so why wasn't this just a dinosaur Q Ranger solo movie then? If you were gonna do that, but whatever. I
mean, disrespect Go Busters, man. Anyway, because why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And I feel like the main reason we didn't get it. Fucking Saban didn't want to spend no money.
You would have got so much money, Saban. Do you hate money? Because, I mean, it looks like Hasbro doesn't hate money.
No, it's he loves money. He just doesn't want to spend the money that he has.
But you recoup that
But my money. Think of it like this. Saban is the Mr. Krabs. Think of Mr. Krabs.
My God.
Think of it like that. Yeah, I can do this thing to make more money, but I'd rather cut as many corners as possible and just hold on to the money that I already have.
Yeah. What's funny about how Snide, looks like Zeltrax and stuff? Would you say that's more so like the Sentai reusing suits and just kind of repurposing it?
No, that was a plot point to the movie that he came from. Because he came from the Q Ranger, G Ranger, Abba Ranger, Go Buster movie. Man, that movie revived Gryffindor, Goldar, and Zeltrax's Japanese counterpart name that I can't remember.
Yeah.
And gave them Neo forms. And that's what they look. That's the plot point. I
don't know why I'm saying that, considering Ninja Steel has been repurposing fucking previous monsters. We'll get into that on Ninja Steel. All I'm saying is, if one of the Fearcats pops up in Ninja Steel, and I got hyped for a second, like, crossover, yeah! And...
Nothing, sir.
Get nothing. No.
You leave with nothing. Good day to you. You take your hopes, and you get the fuck out of my office.
Oh my god, man. I mean, it's like... Because what's funny with Coda, it kind of reminded me of Merrick a little bit from Wild Force. Because you remember Merrick, he basically was was basically kind of on ice for a minute until he got revived. Yeah, man at a time kind of thing. So this is, like I said, Time Force. I mean, Power Rangers has done this before. I kind of forgot about that till I just remember. I was like, hold up.
I would say Ivan is more of Merrick.
Really?
Yeah. Lone Wolf, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's true. Which I would say this: I loved Ivan's interaction with the real world, with like modern times, because he still had his he was still upholding his chivalry and the middle ladies and all that stuff, and it's like all the women are like, oh, a gentleman. Yeah.
I am so glad the show restrained itself and didn't give him a fucking fedora, because I was waiting on it.
Man.
I was just show some restraint.
It's like they were itching. It was like, oh, we're gonna fedora the shit out of this guy.
Like give and not just but the Target fedora and stick a fucking feather in it. I was waiting on that shit.
Thankfully they did. I was like, thank God. They just kept the duster on them, and I'm fine. Which I gotta be real. I like the Go Rangers outfit because he's a bit more unique in that he has his little mini Terra cape behind him, which I think was dope. All the Rangers, I would say this about the suit designs this season, I actually liked them. I actually liked the suit designs. I think the suit designs period were pretty good. Even when they had the steel versions of them, it was good. Even Red Ranger's powered up form, I thought was cool. The fact that they dinosaur face on his chest, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. That's that's cool. Yeah, it's kind of interesting too that the core range, I think that's the first time that they've done that without repurposing a dude ranger into a chick.
Ninja Storm.
That's right.
Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm. Say Wild Force, but Wild Force actually repurposed.
Yellow, yeah. Yeah, I think the repurposing stopped. Yeah, Jungle Fury. Thank you, Jungle Fury. I think the repurposing. Oh, RP. Well, no, because Silver Ranger.
Yeah, Silver Ranger. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She's only girl core. The repurposing stopped at Wild Force, and I'm glad that it did.
That would have been because I think maybe because I was kind of shocked that in Ninja Storm they optioned to keep the guy as the Yellow Ranger in that one.
I mean,
I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked that they didn't repurpose that one.
You had to because the Blue Ranger had the skirt.
I don't.
No, what I'm saying. Like, so were you gonna say they're gonna have? There's no way in hell Disney and Saban was gonna say, okay, so this season is gonna be one male guy and two girl rangers, except the other chick with a hammer.
It's like, money. What's that?
Well, like, why? Why are my numbers going down?
Also, you can't have a dude kicking the shit out of two women, because I mean, look, I think we talked about Ninja Storm, the Wind Rangers and the Thunder Rangers beefing. That the optics of Thunder Blue fighting two women would not have been looking so hot.
And you know what really makes me mad about that whole crossover? I think I said in episode 2, like, so one, they crisscross colors based on gender, but in the Japanese footage, they were like, nah, fuck that, we going color for color, straight up.
I mean,
like that fucking bothers the fuck out of me.
Japan more progressive, I guess. I don't know.
The hands are rated E for everyone. They equal opportunity getting their ass whooped.
Hold on, didn't Batman in the animated series do that to Red Claw?
I think so. And in fucking Batman the Brave and the Bold. I always remember kids unisex.
It's like I will punch a woman.
Don't get the game twisted. I don't give a fuck what's between your legs. What you going to worry about is going to be between your eyeballs and I'll bust you in the face.
Hey, I think we said that Barai also put hands on women because he fucking open hand slapped the stranger. Yo, all I'm saying is this.
Yo.
Oh, what you about to say?
I was like, yo, you remember that fight in G Ranger when it was him, Dan, what was the Black Ranger's name? Goshi. Is it Goshi?
Yeah, Goshi.
Yeah, when they were fighting Gryffindor and Lammy, and that fucking split off fight with he was putting hands on Lammy.
Yeah,
with them fucking spin kicks. But like, Barai, calm down. She might be with child. Stop.
Don't matter, dog. You catching these feats all day. Size 9s. How about that? Yo,
catch me outside. No, really, catch me outside because I can't leave this game.
All I'm saying is this: I am waiting for Japan when they do a Sentai series to actually say, "Fuck it, female Red Ranger." That's not like she's legit Red Ranger from like, oh, she's auxiliary because this No, I want them.
Man, it's gonna have to be a completely change in their fucking climate. Would that be? I tell you what, I would see after I see a main Kamen Rider series with a female lead, where she is the main writer.
Cold day in hell, dog.
I'm saying, there's got to be a complete shift in their fucking paradigm. That's not happening.
Yeah, I mean,
but never mind the fact. So I started watching Prey, like the original.
Yeah,
and you know me, right? You know I love me some magical girl animes, right? That's also my bread and butter. You know, Sailor Moon, Card Cap, Sakura, Madoka. That's my shit. I watch that shit. Pretty Cure has always been one of my blind spots. Yeah. So I started, other than I've seen like the team up movies they do.
Yeah.
So I started watching the original. Mm-hmm. And I swear on everything, bro. Cure, this little girl is throwing hands, bro. Like, if you ever watched Sailor Moon and you felt like there wasn't enough ass whooping in Sailor Moon, like they just kind of like they dodge monster attacks and then just spam special attacks.
Yeah.
Hell no. Pretty Cure Black says, yo, run that. You catching.
Yeah.
She's straight up throwing like. She jacking like straight up Goku fucking jacking. Like she tap. Bruh.
It's like, well.
Why is this girl in this high top dress whooping my ass?
Oh, man.
12-year-old girl, bro. Anyway.
But yeah, that's Dino Charge. Like I said, time travel shenanigans aside, I still enjoyed it. And stickers is what helped it out. And stuff into dynamics and the characterization, it helped out Dino Charge to where I think a lot of us and stuff when we talk about the show online, we're able to look past the way that the show ended because we like the characters and what they established.
I'm not able to look past it, I'm able to tolerate it.
Yeah, we tolerate it because the characters are like, okay, I like the characters, and they had a good camaraderie with one another. All right.
So up until that point, the show was still a really solid show. Was it groundbreaking? No, not really. But it was still a very enjoyable show.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, they can tweak it, and like I said, it sucks that Ninja Steel right now they're playing it safe, and I think a part of it probably was because of what happened with the fandom when it came to this Dino Supercharge finale. I look at Ninja Steel, and Ninja Steel just plays it safe. Yeah,
they're just giving us straight meat and potatoes Power Rangers, and I mean, again, not that there's anything wrong with that, but
it's at the expense about the characters now. I cared about the characters in Dino Charge, but now I don't care about the characters in Ninja Steel. And it's, again, especially when you have a Red Ranger Ninja Steel who's also looking for his dad, and I'm like, okay, I guess, cool, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's it. You think we should put a poll up on what people want next time around?
I would say we should, because I have no idea what we could do next. I mean, well, you're watching Kabuto, and I feel like we've said it many times in the show before that Kabuto was kind of like most people's gateway drug into Kamen Rider.
I would say, hold up, because we did. Hold up, let me pull up the list, because now I'm like blanking out on names now.
I would say I don't think we did Kabuto. I know we talk about Kabuto a lot.
Okay, so we did Kuga and Agito. Okay, Ryuki's next.
I mean, we could. Technically, we kind of did with Dragon Knight, though.
Or we can do Faz.
I mean, you know what? No, let's not be assholes.
Yeah, we can do Ryuki. Okay, so
we can do Ryuki.
Here's a choice here. And this brings up a little bit here, right? We're giving you guys either Kamen Rider Ryuki. If you want us to jump straight to Ninja Steel, I think the season is over yet, so I'm gonna take that off the table. So we said Kamen Rider Ryuki. We could start up on the Sentai and do Zhu Ranger.
Or we could do Jetman.
Or we do Jetman. That's a third one. We already did Saban's Mask Rider, thank God.
Jesus fuck.
God, I still can't nights. I'm mad that there's no way to watch the episodes online. I am.
There's gotta be. We gotta find a way. Let me do some research.
I'll let you do research, but I'm just putting this out there for right now because we'll if you do next go around and stuff. So we got those. We could. This is another one. We could do one of the Sentai movies.
True, but what movie to do?
Do you want to do the first O Ranger versus Kaku Ranger?
Oh, you mean the team up movies? Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, or we could do Joe Ranger versus Jack.
That one too. So go already. Okay, we'll stick with those four. Because that's the only thing. Because I don't want to make up something and be like, oh, let's do this, and then Or hold up. Or we can actually do Kamen Rider Amazons.
Because the first season on Amazon Prime, as we said earlier in the episode.
We could do that. So that's 5. That's your 5 choices. So we said Kamen Rider Amazons. You said Gold Ranger versus Jack.
I'm going to put my vote in now. I'm going to do Amazons.
All right, let's do Amazons. All right, cool. We can do
Amazons.
First season? Just first season? Or second?
Just first season. Season 1. We're doing season 1. We'll do season 2 by ourselves.
All right, cool. So Kamen Rider Amazons. That's next.
Doing Amazon. So that gives me actual reason to hurry up and watch that damn show.
Yes. So I gave you purpose now. Who's now to watch this?
Hell yeah.
So yeah. I definitely want to see the brutality that is Amazons any goddamn ways. So yeah.
Yeah, I felt so bad for X8 in that movie where the Amazons popped up and were tossing his ass around like a rag doll.
Yeah, that was a thing. And also, folks, if you definitely want, you can definitely watch Amazons on Amazon Prime and experience brutality at its finest.
And somehow still not as.
That's shocking, ain't it?
Isn't it amazing though? I was watching some clip where Amazon was riding up a damn water slide, beating shit out of a monster on a water log. And they aired this in Japan.
2016 somehow did not out brutalize the original one. That is amazing.
It's like he was beating the shit out of this monster going up a damn amusement park ride. And I just felt like, why is it on our TV screens in the 70s? Because this is amazing.
Yeah. But anyways, folks, that is it for Dino Charge. And appreciate the questions. And yeah, if you got any...
Yes, I will talk to anybody about anything. And again, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to be in error, because I would like to be in the right, please.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that in mind, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Chin, 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 narrow.